Hello, listening people.
Ho, ho, ho!
Merry whatever you celebrate. I don't want to be exclusive with
Ryan's
people. If
talking
you
to our
don't
listener, Mary.
celebrate, that's fine.
Ryan, that
I
was...
don't want to judge you. Hey, I celebrate the fact that you don't celebrate. Does that upset you? It should.
Ryan, why are you...
Because if it doesn't, that means you're a bit of a hypocrite in your belief system. And your belief system is not believing, so it's kind of all coming undone like a thread.
Can we start the episode again?
No, why?
Because I was trying to make a joke and we're already 20 seconds in and I've already been interrupted.
Oh, okay. Hello, listening people.
Ho, ho, ho!
Oh, good one, Bartek. So, that was...
No, we haven't introduced ourselves next. Start again.
I said Bartek. You have to then say Ryan. You're the one who fucked up on that one. I actually
Well,
did
you
good.
said your name now!
Yeah, but
you
you fucked up because you're like, well, we have to start again because we didn't introduce each other. I introduced you. I went, good one, Bartek. And then you proceed to say, well, now we have to start again because we didn't introduce each other. But you didn't say Ryan.
You said Merry Christmas and I was making a joke like, why are you talking to Mary?
Oh, she's a virgin, you know.
I mean, she was pregnant, right? So, there's...
No, there's a bit of clout there. A bit of
It's
clout.
part of the law of the Bible. Alright, let's start again.
Okay. Hello, listening people.
Ho, ho, ho!
Who's a hoe? You call me a hoe?
Ryan, we made this joke last year. In the Christmas episode.
That's what we call a callback. That's what we call a callback, Bartek.
We're not original.
And who am I?
You
You already said my name, but I want you to say it again because you got such a lovely audio voice, unlike a visual voice.
Ryan Sliwinski!
That's a great name. That's a great name, and you're Bartek K,
Yep.
as the kids call you, Bartek.
Well, the K stands for kids.
Well, that's exactly what I was specifying.
Yeah.
That's exactly where I was going with this. You nailed it like Jesus.
Some people think it's Crank, but I don't know why.
Whoa! I don't know why people think that. You don't look like Tim Allen at all.
Who?
Who? Oh, sorry. Say that again. Say who again.
Who?
There you go. That was a reference.
Hey, are we doing a show here or something?
Yeah, we're doing a show. It's called Spin Polish Presents Unappreciated Masterpieces. What's an unappreciated masterpiece? Great question, me. Let me answer it for myself. It's a thing. You know, it could be a piece of art, a piece of music, but guess what? We don't do the art or music or literature because we do films, which some would say is art in itself, and those people are right. And you know what movies have a lot of time? Music. And it's a form of literature. I mean, there's a script there. I mean, some could argue that some films don't have scripts, but I mean, some don't. Some don't. And we do films that do have scripts.
What kind of films?
Unappreciated ones.
Oh.
And they're masterpieces. They're the films that people should give more attention. They're not ones that people hate, but they're not ones that people love. I mean, I'm not saying that people don't hate or don't love these films, but universally, they're the ones that get the reaction.
Oh, yeah.
Or, what? That one? Oh, okay, interesting. Why are you covering that one? Because it's great, Jan. Jesus, I'm specifically talking to you, Jan. You know who you are.
I thought you called it Dare Jan.
I'm specifically talking to you, Dare Jan. You know Jan from The Office who only takes dares. We call her Dare Jan. So, Bartek.
Yes.
And Dare Jan. We cover the unappreciated masterpieces, which are films that need more love, in an audio commentary format. But do we know what film we're covering on this festive situation that is a Christmas or holiday season? Do we have a themed episode? Is it like are we doing a Hanukkah episode?
No, we're doing Christmas.
Not Ramadan?
Is
Is Ramadan? Ramadan's not now.
No,
is it?
it's like back in April or something.
April Fools! We're doing a Ramadan episode right now! We waited this long! Boom! Yeah, what's a Ramadan-related movie? Would Zero Dark 30 be one?
I haven't seen it. Probably some, I don't know, Indian film.
Indian film? For Ramadan? Did the Indian people do Ramadan? No, I don't think so, Bartek.
It's Muslim, sorry, isn't it?
So that's Pakistan.
So Pakistan?
Yeah, Pakistan is way more of a
So only one country does Ramadan?
Specifically, well, technically, religions usually do spawn from one location and then blossom into other locations.
Yeah, but we're talking about who celebrates and not who originated it.
Well, yeah, Pakistan would be one of the big countries in the Eurasia area that celebrates it. Yeah.
But
Well,
Ryan,
I didn't want to just say Asia because I know Pakistan and India, like, we're actually different to Asia, but we're also different to Europe, so we're our own
Asia-
thing. And I'm that kind of guy who doesn't believe in Australasia, so fuck off.
Asia's a big city. Anyway, Ryan, we are doing a Christmas film.
Oh, okay, we're doing a Christmas story. I love that film.
It's our annual Christmas episode.
Ho ho ho.
Yeah, that's why I said ho ho ho. At the
Who's a
beginning.
ho?
Our ho? Well, are you talking about the movie? Because the movie we are doing is Święta Last Minute.
Oh, I know that film. Now, usually I don't speak Polish.
Yeah,
that's the gag that we always go through, but it's a gag that's really funny because it's centered around the truth. And those are the best gags, those are the best gags, those are the ones that really ring true for everyone. But guess what? I learnt from Santa Claus and
Big Santa himself?
And the Ramadan equivalent of Santa. I don't know who that is.
He's not working right now.
Whatever lead Bollywood actor you want to throw at me and say they're the lead of Ramadan.
Well, do you want it to be Shah Rukh Khan or Amit?
Yeah, Shah Rukh Khan. Yeah.
Okay.
So he came to me and he said, Ryan, the film is in fact, is it Surviving Christmas?
No, Ryan, it's Święta Last Minute.
Oh.
They put some English words there to make it easy.
Surviving Christmas Last Minute?
No, it's if you get rid of the word surviving.
Surviving Christmas Last Minute. So remove the word surviving Christmas and
And it's Christmas Last Minute, apparently.
What? We're watching Christmas Last Minute?
Yeah.
At the last minute?
Yeah.
Whoa, that's
But,
pretty meta. That's pretty meta. That's pretty good, Bartek. I think we could call this episode closed book done.
No, but there's a plot twist.
What?
You said that, because the titles seem very simple, you wouldn't have to have that whole, I don't speak Polish thing. But this is a Polish localized title.
Fuck
there
me
actually
sideways.
is a real title, and that real title is Christmas with the Kranks.
I love them guys. They're my favorite. Christmas with the Crank Yankers was a really important show to me growing up. We all grew up with the Crank Yankers. That's where Tracy Morgan originated from, and we all love Crank Yankers, it's a really good show, and I'm glad that they did a Christmas episode.
Hold on, Ryan, I'm a bit confused. You said we all, but usually when there's two people, you say we both? Are you saying that?
No, I'm talking the audience and Dare Jan. Specifically, Dare Jan. You know you loved Crank Yankers, you minx.
Okay.
So, are we watching Christmas with the Crank Yankers? That's what we're watching. What year did that come out?
2001, 4.
4?
Yeah.
Really?
2004.
What a simple time to be alive. I mean, it was only 3 years after the Twin Towers fell, so, it was a simpler time back then.
They just fell, nothing happened.
Talking about simple, we have a guest. We have a guest who some might say is just simply a joy to have on the show.
Yeah.
And this is a segment. This is a part of the intro where I introduce the guest, and I'm doing a bang up job on that.
Usually
I'm
Ryan wants to do it.
I'm not prolonging this because it annoys the guest how long we do our intro section for.
How long have we been recording, Ryan?
Oh, long enough, long enough. And the guest comes on the show every now and then, and they say, "Hey, Ryan, I'm having a great time. Please introduce me right now." I'm pointing at my wristwatch right this second.
Ryan, real talk, on the way here, he told me that he wouldn't come back if he didn't enjoy it.
So it's a he, is it? That's a spoiler.
Well, it could be. I'm actually transphobic.
Okay, so our guest is a pet that Bartek brought in from the streets. A returning pet.
Yeah.
It's
a meowing parrot.
A meowing parrot who has joined us on such previous episodes as Big Baby's Day Out, or Baby's Big Day Out, or
Baby's Day Out,
or 3 Baby Ninjas, or
3 Agents and Cody Banks,
and my favorite, that was really good. That was really good, and Baby Core,
the Baby Core. It's like Baby Corn.
the baby's core. It's a movie about getting your baby to have a good core muscle system. And Stanley Tucci was in it. We have Jennifer Peter Oliver.
Hello.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while since we started the episode.
No, that's specifically what I was going to lead up to. Actually, I was like, it's been a while since we've introduced you. Too long now.
Yeah.
we need to get started into this episode. The people at home are like, I don't need to hear about Oliver. Like, I need to hear about the Christmas with the Kranks from 2004.
Yes.
Are you sure they don't want to hear us try introducing the episode from the beginning again?
Okay. Hello, listening people.
Ho, ho, ho!
Ho, ho, ho. This is me, Ryan, at the mic here with my homeboy, Bartek. And we're going to be starting Christmas as the Kranks. You get your copy ready, because we are going to watch it. And when I say play, you're going to press play, home slice. I do a countdown from some numbers. Do I choose them in chronological order? You decide. I don't know. So 5, 4, 1, 2, 3, play. I'm kidding. I didn't press it. If you press play right now, you're the joke. Oliver's here.
Hi.
Go away,
Thank you
Oliver.
for introducing me.
Listening people, I want to promise you this isn't the April Fool's episode. This actually is a Christmas episode.
Wouldn't it be great if we're lying and it is the April Fool's episode? Like, I publish this on the 1st of April.
Well, that'll be a
and
twist
they're
to
like,
Oliver and I.
Whoa, you know what? That's the best April Fool's
Because
joke
That's
of
what
them
the
all.
listeners will know that we won't. Because we don't know when it's...
Yeah.
They do.
They
because
do, they do. So, you guys, you're going to have a roller coaster affair. We're going to have an affair with the Kranks. Not a Christmas with them. An affair. We should do this in October instead when we do our erotic thrillers.
Well, we have to wait 10 months then.
No. We just say that we publish this 2 months late.
Oh, okay.
See, then that's the real joke.
They don't have to know that it's
All right,
December
guys.
23rd.
Get started. Get ready, because we're going to do this in 3,
Let's do it.
2, 1, play.
Ooh, we can't
we
edit
go.
anything out now, Ryan.
We're 2 seconds in, guys. 3 seconds. 4 seconds. 5 seconds. This is good commentary.
Oh, brilliant.
Isn't she hot?
The
You know who
Colombian
she
woman.
reminds me of? Do any of us know the actress Gina Davis?
Oh, yeah, League of Our Own.
Yeah, and Beetlejuice,
Yeah.
and Bartek's looking blank. He's like,
No,
I
she
haven't watched The
reminds me-
Fly.
Oh.
She reminds me more of Julie Andrews.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say Julia Roberts, and I'm like, you know what? You're not wrong there
I
either.
just forgot her last name, so I was like, oh, that's why I was
Julia
silent.
Roberts?
Julie Roberts, different to Julia. I'm
Probably-
different, there is
they're
no
probably
Julia
related.
Roberts. Aren't we all related? We're all humans.
I mean,
if I had sex with someone, there's a possibility that they're the same species as me, so that means we're related somehow.
I've no words for that.
We all have a common ancestor.
You're literally speaking right now.
Actually,
So
you're right.
here's our great intro to the Christmas film. 2 middle-aged people looking apathetic. Well, Tim Allen looks apathetic. Jamie Lee Curtis is kind of like, you know what she was doing in this scene? She was making me wonder what was over there. Like, what was she looking at?
Not her husband.
Wouldn't it be great if she was looking over there and there was just a giant toy giraffe in their room, like in the film The X? And we found out that they were the couple from The X, but 30 years later. Bartek, thoughts? Did you think that they were the couple from Jason Bateman's hit film The X with Zach Braff?
No.
Is this Jamie Lee Curtis pre or post True Lies? Just
Post.
This is-
True Lies was like 1993.
This is pre-Halloween.
Pre. No, you're a liar.
I know.
Well, technically, it could be pre-Halloween because she is coming back in a new Halloween movie. So
Well, no, Ryan,
you
this
are
is-
technically correct.
Well, no, Ryan, this is set around like Thanksgiving, Christmas. It's after Halloween.
But this is just after Thanksgiving break.
It's pre-Halloween 2005.
So this film takes place in like a month, less than a month.
Well, actually,
Roughly a month.
There's a throwaway line that it's apparently 6 weeks, but then there was like a trivia point of like, there's not 6 weeks between Thanksgiving and
Also,
Christmas.
is this also Tim Allen pre or post cocaine trafficking as well?
During
This is post.
this movie, see how she's getting on the plane with the bag?
Drug
It's
mule?
full of cocaine.
Drug mill.
Oh, she mule.
Okay.
He doesn't have a daughter, you idiot.
It's just a contact.
Hey, look how sweet this is. She's looking at it on the camera, not on her phone. She could have had a flip phone.
Could have.
So, guys, let's talk about this film. Okay, Jamie Lee's there, looking gorgeous. She's gorgeous. I mean, I love Jamie Lee. And Tim Allen, he's looking handsome, rugged. You know, this
Tim
is.
Allen?
I do. Yeah. I mean, he is the dad of Jonathan Taylor Thomas, so that's a benefit. Let's talk about our histories with this film, if we have any, and a general relationship with this film. Bartek, do you have a relationship with this film?
I had heard of it only in the past couple of years, and that made me think that it was a bit more modern than 2004. So after I finished watching it, I was like, what year was this exactly? And when I found out it was 2004, I'm like, oh, really? That's actually quite old. It's 13 years.
Yeah.
So, and I'd only discovered it kind of in recent years, so it kind of surprised me. Like, was there an event that, like, brought it to my attention in some way?
Christmas. It was actually Ramadan, and that's the twist.
God.
That's the real
Don't
twist.
bring that up again.
It's What, Oliver? Is it because you're Ramadanian?
No, it's
Is that the religion that celebrates Ramadan? The
No, it's 'cause
Ramadans?
Hold on, Ryan. Ryan, he literally ate before this episode.
Yeah. My personal connection to this film is actually... we used to watch this during Ramadan. I'm kidding.
I knew he was going to be kidding.
But, yeah. Were you done, Bartek? I'm sorry, I just interrupted.
Pretty much.
He's
I
always
didn't
done.
know about it, but I'd heard of it, and I...
Wait, so you tell me you didn't see it at the cinema?
Now that I mention it, Ryan, yeah, I did see it in the cinema, but I hadn't heard of it until recent years.
Because they had a private screening just for you.
And then they removed my memories, like Ben and Black.
No, what I'm saying is, you hadn't heard of it till recent years, but then when you watched it, you had a private screening at the movies. So technically, you did see it at the movies. Because I didn't say it when it came out.
My living room. This is the first film, and currently only, that I've seen on Netflix.
Ooh la la!
It's got an honour.
Oh, did you press that thumbs up button after you watched it to make sure that it gets a higher rating so more people can see it in their Netflix feed?
You better believe it, although I don't think I did it right, because I'd never done it.
There's literally no way you could do it wrong unless you
I-
press the thumbs down button or no button.
Well, no, I
much.
went over it, I clicked the X button, because I watched it on PS4, I pressed the X button, and it showed, like... Hey, if you thumb it up, it'll be, like, more...
Yeah, exactly. It's
it'll
telling
show-
you what happens when you thumbs
I'm
up.
like,
More visible,
So I'm
yeah.
like, did I thumb it up, or is it telling me that I should thumb it up?
No, it's
now?
telling you did a good job, but this is what happens when you thumb it up. If you've
Yeah.
thumbed up something for the first thumb up. Thumb.
I think
thumb.
I think I was
Thumb
meant to
thumbs,
press...
that's my favourite villain.
Does it also work into the algorithm to recommend you stuff as well?
I don't know. Does it
That's
work
what
into
it
your
said.
history with the film, Oliver? Tell me.
Well, my history...
Good segue, Ryan. Nailed
I
it.
remember this 12, 13 years ago when I was thumbing this up for the first time.
In the cinema?
Yeah, I was the original thumbs up before Netflix.
No, Tim Allen was the original thumbs up. Like,
Uh,
how much is the check?
Well,
Yeah,
Roger Ebert
thumbs
did
up.
thumb it up, so... Yeah.
But yeah, I remember this coming out when I was a lot younger. I won't give away my age, but
When he was 4.
yeah, 40.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, this came out and it was just another string for me of Tim Allen Christmas movies.
Is that a good string or a string that forms a noose?
I will let you be the judge of that, dear listeners.
Well, it could be a noose that he uses for erotic asphyxiation, which is sexy as fuck.
Look, we all have hobbies, and it's important not to kink shame, so let's just leave that there. But at the end of the day, Tim Allen really knows how to make a Christmas movie, wouldn't you agree?
Hey, he's made 4.
That wasn't what I asked.
It technically answers your question. I'm gonna say it. I nailed that. I absolutely nailed that answer. My history with this movie, thanks for asking, is very complicated, as it usually is. If I have a history with movies, they're never simple, are they, Bartek? It's never just, I saw this at the cinemas. I've rarely seen any of these at the cinemas. If we really go back, there's probably like a max of 4 to 5 movies I've seen in the cinemas out of like the 90 plus we've done on the show.
Really?
Like 9 lives.
Rocky and Bullwinkle was the only one I walked out on as a kid.
You walked out of a movie as a kid?
Yeah, I told my mum and dad I didn't like it and I wanted to go home, and they said okay.
Why didn't you like Rocky? Actually, we should...
I love Rocky now.
Listen to the episode.
And I like Bullwinkle too. So this is a complicated history movie. This is one that my parents, again, got on DVD, being like, "Hey, it's got Jamie Lee Curtis and Tom Allen."
Tom Allen. Just Tim Allen's lesser-known brother.
Yeah, he does have a brother,
Does he actually?
Yeah, Tom Allen.
Woody Allen.
Just went through this. Woody,
You were being serious for a second.
Woody Allen. He actually does have siblings, but
Did they also traffic cocaine? Oh.
Tina Allen and Tom Allen. So My parents got this on DVD, but here's the catch. Usually my parents would get things on DVD because it's like, oh, this seems funny, or this has actors or director I know, even though the movies will be gutter trash or unappreciated masterpieces. But here's the thing. They didn't watch it on DVD. They saw it on TV and went, hey, we have that on DVD. And they proceeded to watch the TV version, which drove me nuts as a kid. So my first viewing of this was negative because I was sitting there being like, we could watch this without outbreaks, you know. We could have finished this movie literally 20 minutes ago.
I'm actually with your family in this one. When a movie comes on TV, I kind of like it. You know, it gives you a nice little...
Yeah, but if you own it... and you haven't watched it on DVD, and then you watch the TV version instead,
Ryan, can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah, sure. Am I circumcised? Yeah.
How did you know I was going to ask?
Because I brought up Hanukkah before.
Do you have a small bladder?
No.
You think... So, you can usually...
Do I think I don't? Yes.
You can usually sit through a movie without needing to go to the toilet?
Yes. I am that guy who is very proud of the fact that I can go to the toilet, not go to the toilet for very long periods of time. I was that kid at school who didn't need to go to the toilet for the entire day and could go at home because the toilets were gross, and I'm like, I can hold this in.
Fair enough. See, not all of us have that blessing. So, when I watch a movie, I never know when to actually go and, like, when a scene is ending, when is a good time... a break, basically, in the movie.
So,
ad breaks kind of do the work for me.
Yeah, you know, they should do that in cinemas. You know,
they used to.
They do it for Bollywood films.
For silent movies, didn't they have them in 2 parts?
The intermissions did exist, yeah.
Yeah.
Because theatre did intermissions.
Bollywood
so they're like, let's keep doing theatre.
Yeah,
Bollywood films actually incorporate intermissions into the films themselves, so even if you have it on DVD...
Because Bollywood films are usually 6 hours long.
Well,
yeah.
I like
2.5 to 3. Not 6, but...
I was exaggerating for comic effect, and most of them are usually broken up to multiple parts, if anything.
But
One time Bartek was like, I was seeing part 2 or 3 of some Bollywood epic earlier this year.
It wasn't Bollywood, but yeah.
Wasn't it? It was Indian.
It was like South Indian.
Oh.
So like Tollywood or something.
So my history was a negative one, but then, you know what? Over the years, my parents would again keep watching it on TV, not on DVD. Drove me crazy, but I grew to love it. I was like, this film's got a wholesome message, which is, don't be a jerk about being atheist.
Wait, what?
Well, the lesson that I get from this, is if you're going to be, like, atheist or kind of, like, anti-Christmas, just don't be a jerk about it. Because that's the real lesson here. Like, did Tim Allen really need to write up a letter and then print out the letter and hand it individually to each staff? Did he need to do that?
I feel
no, he did it as an ego power move to be like, look at me. And Jamie calls him out on that later. It's like, this is all about you. You're being selfish. You're being this, and this. And he learns a lesson, which is, I need to give tickets to old people.
Right. Credit where credit's due, though. In the movie, it's implied that they
is credit due, though. This is a Christmas movie.
Still, they are known the neighborhood over of
having the greatest Christmas spirit.
every year, regularly. And so naturally, if he didn't write that letter, how would, like, a bunch of people might show up?
But here's a fun fact about that. I've taken this comment into consideration, and I'm gonna blast you away with this.
Mm-hmm.
He does not invite his neighbors or co-workers to these Christmas parties at all, because the film makes a big deal that this is the year where he is going to do that because no one else could come. Because the wife says later, I've asked everyone we know that comes to the Christmas party and none of them can come. So basically the aunt from Sabrina the Teenage Witch and one of the Desperate Housewives couldn't come. They represent the other people they know, but the people from his work can come and the neighbors can come. So it kind of indicates that the workers don't even go anyway because he doesn't invite them.
That wasn't my interpretation.
Yeah, I didn't.
But you can see why I go there because
yeah, I see what you mean.
Because the film frames it in that certain way where it's like, oh well, these are the people that are left over, but he doesn't invite them usually.
My interpretation of that is that because of how the neighbors have been behaving towards him in this film, he wouldn't want to invite them because then that would be kind of like, rubbing salt in his wound. It's like normally they would come, but this year he's
I'm
kinda
pretty
mad
sure
at
but
them.
they make a specific comment that this is the first time they're going to have the neighbors at the party, though.
Then why are
Do
the
they actually
neighbors
mention
so obsessed with the idea of their party throughout the whole film?
Because it's the symbol... No, actually, in all fairness, the neighbors aren't the ones as obsessed about it, because what the neighbors... inciting incident is the tree, and then the tree being rejected leads to Frosty being rejected. It's more her friends and the friends that are more obsessed with the party. Well, the neighbors are more obsessed with because the rejection of the tree makes Dan Aykroyd realize that these guys aren't abiding by the neighborhood system. And then, does that mean he's going to put... And then Tim Allen has a whole one-on-one conversation where it's like, just respect my wishes. Dan Aykroyd does a power move by saying, well, don't forget to put up your Frosty, and then disappears.
Yeah, that was creepy.
Because Dan Aykroyd's a Ghostbuster. He can bust ghosts,
No, he's
including
just-
his career.
Just a ghost in this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's a ghost. So that's what I got away from it. It's like the neighbors aren't obsessed about the party as much as her friends, his co-workers, and other people that they interact with, like store people. Like, the person who's actually the most obsessed with this is the guy who is in the background of this scene that is like, you're not getting the wedding invitations?
Yeah, not Christmas
No, sorry, fuck. Christmas invitation / Christmas cards.
Wedding.
We've already done wedding films this year. We're up to Christmas.
Fuck. So the neighbors aren't as obsessed with it.
Right, they become obsessed because they learn that it's not happening. If they assumed it was happening, they wouldn't be up.
No, they're obsessed with... I find that they're more obsessed with the fact that the tree and the Frosty and the lights
You're talking about the decorations.
aren't happening. The decorations. That's what they actually care about more than him not celebrating Christmas, is he's bringing down the the aesthetic element of the street. That's the story of the neighbors, is they're more upset with not only how much of a jerk he's being with rejecting charity stuff with the police later, but he's not doing the aesthetic value of Christmas like everybody else, to the point in which they get a rating of 6 out of 10 for the Christmas cheer spirit of the street, single-handedly because of him. This street, the best way I can equivalent the street is the town in Hot Fuzz. Where they're obsessed with this idea of like winning this competition, an obsession of being this perfect town, perfect street.
Do you think they would have murdered him then?
This film, did you guys watch this film? This film, jokingly, has horror aesthetics and editing and music to it, even though it's a comedy. So when Jamie Lee Curtis is alone in her house, they have like the music, like when the carolers come up to the window and all this stuff. Is like
Jump scares.
Jump scares and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, it's a bit of a play on horror. Might I say though, my favorite thing, I know I've been babbling a lot, but my favorite thing, I just want to bring this up, is at one point Tim Allen's like, yeah, we're not putting up the lights, we're not putting up Frosty. And he's talking to Jamie Lee Curtis on the doorstep, and behind her is the giant Christmas wreath on the door. That stays for the entire film. It's like, we're not doing that! Except for that one there. Like, we won't... That one's staying. That one's staying.
Or did they put that up before they decided not to do Christmas then?
It's there now, but like, if he's going to the whole thing of we're not doing Christmas, any of it aesthetically, why would that be on?
Maybe they, as I said, maybe they put it up before they decided that.
Yeah, I guess.
So it's not.
You know what they are? They're the family that never take it off, so it's on there year round.
It's one thing to not actively put some stuff on your house. It's another thing to actually remove all evidence of Christmas.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a different thing in my own.
I gotta say, sounds like a really great film, but why isn't it considered great?
I'll tell you why.
Yeah?
It's because I didn't make enough Ghostbusters references.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sure, IMDb made it sound like they did a lot.
They did one.
Are you saying that there's something strange in this neighborhood?
Well, who are you gonna call?
Really
You're right.
Right?
Shut up. He laughed, so it matched.
Oh, that was a Simpsons reference.
So Dewey from Malcolm in the Middle's in it, so that matches.
Shout out to Dan Aykroyd's ball patch.
No, I thought you. No, that's Emmet Walsh.
That's all, folks.
You went there eventually.
Well, you say his fucking name. Emmet Walsh. Say it. Emmet Walsh. It's really hard though.
You literally just did it flawlessly.
Yeah, I know, but it's hard when
Ryan's flawless. Clap.
But it's hard. It's still a hard name. Emmet Walsh.
Okay, you'll learn English properly eventually.
I speak Polish only. That's my gag.
What?
Baba Yaga! That's Russian.
What?
It means boogeyman.
Yeah, no,
I've watched John Wick.
yeah.
So, Bartek,
Didn't he kill one man with a pencil?
who, John Wick or Baba Yaga? So, Bartek, your history with this film is you heard the buzz, and then you got to watch it for the show.
Yeah.
Did it meet the buzz?
I think it exceeded the buzz because again,
Whoa. Not the
again,
buzz.
Old claim.
I think
Because if it pays off, gone.
I think that I've only really heard the negative side of the buzz.
I get it. John Tron put a review out of this film, and he gave it a slaying.
Wondering
You know what
if
I?
you were gonna reference
You know what I say to you, John Tron? You're fucking racist. I don't take your opinion seriously. Bam, slam dunk.
No, Ryan. Most of the people in this film are white.
Yeah, you're right. Tim Allen's white, but then later on he turns a slightly darker tone of Tim Allen to the point in which they say, you know what it is? I'll tell you what the flaw of this film is. They make Tim Allen tanned, but he doesn't look any different, and then later on they're like, we're gonna cover up the fact that you got a tan. It's like,
Yeah, he
he
doesn't.
doesn't look any different.
He looks different for that one scene.
The one scene where he gets a tan.
Yeah, and then his daughter like
And a
comments
big
on
bulge
it. I'm like,
too.
yeah.
He doesn't know. He always has a big bulge, man. Did you not watch Toy Story?
Yeah, but he was a small toy there.
That bulge
No,
goes to infinity.
but he was a
and beyond.
big bulge toy. Like, that whole toy is the bulge.
He had a big thigh gap.
Yeah. But you know why?
Because
Because he's so big, he
Toy,
needs a
yeah.
gap there. To when he whips it out to pee.
I was actually gonna wonder if you were gonna bring that up.
What? That he has to whip it out to pee?
Yeah.
Or his
No,
big,
no.
or Buzz Lightyear's big cock?
Literally his bulge.
Do you
and then
think
he
Buzz
got-
Lightyear is circumcised or uncircumcised? For some reason, that's a
Jesus.
returning question in Spit and Polishes.
Is
Like,
it?
I keep asking, do you think someone's
This is the second time
circumcised?
you've mentioned it this episode.
Last episode, I asked if Albert Einstein was circumcised, and the answer would have been yes because he was
And that
Jewish.
was very relevant, by the way.
That's right.
Circumcised Buzz Lightyear and circumcised Tim Allen. Do you think both are circumcised or uncircumcised or either one?
Just so that we're on the same page, what is the obsession
Circumcision? Well, circumcision is when you cut off the foreskin of
What
the
is the
penis.
obsession with the circumcision? Why is this a?
Well, it's a religious practice for...
no, not religiously with you.
Well, it's because it's very pertinent to this film.
Ryan's upset that he doesn't
Go
have
on.
his foreskin.
I'm not upset about
Aww.
it. It just means I get to look at my penis and say, hey, look, it looks like Koshi from Sunrise.
Oh yeah, that was the joke you made last episode.
Oh.
Its opinions are just as valid. This is a scene, by the way, where it's just like, oh yeah, let's get rid of all Christmas decorations, and there it is, right there.
Well, they throw it away in one
No, they
shot.
don't.
There's one shot where Tim Allen throws it away.
No, it's there for the entire film.
It might stay, but I do remember there is one point where he grabs it and throws it away.
Really?
When? Because I actually was looking out for
Let's-
that,
yeah,
and then
let's
in
look
the
at-
all of the
I-
scenes, I looked at the door, I was like, nah, it's still there.
I think it was a nighttime shot. I remember he was angry about something, and
Let's-
then when he saw it, he took it and threw it away.
Let's look out for it, guys.
Bartek, you know who this sexy man is, don't you?
He reacts to farts.
What?
Big Stan.
Yeah, that's what but you need to specify more.
Farts are flatulence that comes out of the
Thank
bum.
you.
Yeah.
Or the vagina. They're called queefs.
Yeah, I don't know if I call it a queef fart though. I think it's
It
kinda,
sounds like a fart.
I mean, it is still air being
You
expelled.
know, women.
but I wouldn't call it.
Women can fart too. You're just saying they can fart from two places.
No.
They fart from the front bottom, which is called a queef.
Oh, that's right. No, those are breasts, Ryan.
Front bottom is, you know what, Bartek? I'm very proud of you because I knew that you would go there. As soon as I front bottom, I'm like, Bartek's going to say tits for this. I
And
felt like
didn't.
this is.
I said breasts.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
Synonym.
It's called a vernacular, and
What
I'm using it.
what do you want to say about cinnamon?
Oh, I love cinnamon. It's very festive, actually.
Look, a dog.
Put it in a smoothie.
It's a cat.
No, it's Tim Allen. He was the shaggy dog.
Ah,
Get it? It's a reference.
He had a daughter in that.
Yes, you know what, too? The daughter in this film was in the film Freaky Friday with Jamie Lee Curtis, and she played the antagonist to Lindsay Lohan's character. So it's kind of nice that in this movie she's redeeming herself by playing someone who goes to the Peace Corps and gets a boyfriend.
Goes to the Peace Corps and leaves immediately.
Well, don't you?
Well, it's not immediate. There are a few weeks.
Months. Nah, I'm kidding, it's 6 weeks. Frosting! We need that frosting!
How much peace can you really deliver in that amount of time?
I don't
A
know.
whole corp.
You know what I love? When I was watching this, every now and then I would remind myself, hey, that's that's Buzz Lightyear. But I would also remind myself with Dan Aykroyd, I'd be like, especially when he got the piano accordion out. I said, that's a Blues Brothers there.
Oh.
That's why the Blues
I
Brothers.
thought you were going to say JP.
No.
Because he played piano.
No, but it reminded me because, obviously he's musically talented. I don't know if it's actually him playing the piano accordion properly, but he looked pretty genuine about it. I wouldn't be surprised because, again, he's one of the Blues Brothers, and he is musically talented, as were a lot of those comedians. Steve Martin's musically talented. He plays the banjo.
He does more banjo playing than films now.
Was he your favourite Blues Brother?
Who, Dan?
Yeah.
Yes, he was. I always liked Elwood. I like the fact that in the theatrical cut, because I have to bring this up, you don't see his eyes. They're always behind sunglasses. Like, Bartek, I brought this up one time, and you're like, you do see his eyes.
I've only seen the DVD one.
Yeah, which that's like an outtake.
Yeah.
Basically, that's why the scene's terrible.
It was very out of nowhere. Now
Look at that gag. He dropped the phone in his pocket. Have you ever had that happen to you guys? Where you dropped the phone and it went into like an odd place?
I've dropped it, but it's never fallen in my pocket, no.
What's the oddest... Well, he had his phone against his ear and his shoulder, but he let go and it fell straight into his pocket in his shirt. But I was like, what's the strangest place you've dropped your phone in or on?
I've dropped my phone into a meal I was preparing before.
What was the meal?
I think I was preparing a pasta sauce, but like...
Did the phone still work after?
So it wasn't actually like... it was just like some onion, and it did actually work after that. It smelled quite nice.
Were you on the phone and the person heard pasta?
I may have. They're like, did you just drop me in pasta?
That's literally what they said.
Yeah, but then I said, don't worry, it's all in the pasta.
Ah, get it?
Well, it's also in the present.
I don't
know. Oh, no, you're talking
I wasn't
about
making a joke, I don't know.
Did you... No, I'm saying, like, did you get it, guys? You got what he said, right?
Yeah.
It was in the pasta.
Yeah.
That's what literally
You
happened.
get rid of the second A becomes past. Like it already happened.
I get it. He's being literal, Bartek. That's your problem.
See, it wouldn't make sense if you said spaghetti.
So what's your answer to the question? Where's the oddest place you've dropped your phone, right?
Good question.
Back in time?
No.
Time machine?
No.
I'm getting a feeling like back in, like...
Bill and Ted's...
In your mum's vagina! No, in it.
Not on.
What a weird drop.
If it was just on, it wouldn't be that weird.
It raises multiple questions, such as, hey, is your mum's vagina open enough naturally for me to drop a whole phone in there? B, is it being opened by another force, like her own hands or my hands?
In which case, how are you holding that? Like,
you're holding it in my mouth, and I drop it when I'm excited.
But why were you holding your phone in your mouth?
Because I was on the phone and your mum's vagina needed opening, so I couldn't do it all at the same time.
Was this in that
I have
phase?
several questions.
Was this in that phase where you were pretending to be a gynecologist?
I wasn't pretending. I had a PhD in gynecology.
But then you lost it because it dropped into...
Well, because my diploma was on my phone.
Yeah.
It dropped into your mum's vagina.
So you're no longer qualified.
Well, technically, if your mum births my phone out again, I could be.
Oh, Ryan, did you read the trivia
so
about...
uncomfortable.
Did you read the trivia about the bathing suits, Ryan?
I did. The trivia is really
Oliver, do
amazing.
you know what it is?
What is the trivia regarding the bathing suits?
Your mind's gonna be blown.
Yeah.
You are going to be blown like I was.
All right, let's go. Ooh.
From your mum. Motherfucker, yeah.
Hey, you my new dad.
I'm your old dad, son. I've got a few things to tell you about the swimming
Came back
costumes.
from the store.
Tell him. It's so great.
The swimming costumes are the exact same ones he saw on the poster for the cruise vacation.
Really?
That's not what I was thinking of.
Wasn't that it?
No, the IMDb trivia is that it's the same swimsuit that they wear at this tanning scene.
No.
Well,
No. Okay, I understand what you're saying, Bartek. What IMDb was stating was this. The swim... Because IMDb can be really convoluted. Like, on the IMDb page, it pretty much states 2, 3, 4 times the same facts sometimes. So I think it was a convoluted way of saying the swimming wear that Luther bought is the same swimming wear that's on the poster for the vacation thing, which they then wear to the tanning salon getting ready for their vacation. Like, it's like this convoluted way of saying
what we said.
It's literally all of what we said, but made stupid. You know, when I thought that they were going to this place, I thought she was going to get a spray tan.
Yeah, me too.
Like the woman, but
yeah.
Bartek, favourite character's coming up, I can tell. You know who it is.
Walks in.
The priest.
No, retarded man.
Retarded man.
You didn't see Retarded Man?
Oh, this guy.
He looks like Stephen Root. But he isn't.
Not fat enough.
You bastard.
Hey, Stephen Root is the bastard.
Jamie Lee, still hot, man. Still tap that. She's written Kittens Magazine.
Kittens magazine.
Kittens Magazine. Now, I'd like to specify, Kittens Magazine is just the pluralization of kittens. It's not like Kittens Magazine. It's not like it's their magazine. It's just like a bunch of kittens.
I like to think the kittens could read it if they really wanted to.
Yeah. Bartek, it's your favorite character from that 70s show.
Father Zabriskie?
Yeah, he's your favorite character from that 70s show. He's
Was he in that?
Kitty's
70s?
mum, Kitty's dad, who died in their driveway, and I brought this up extensively in our Gryffindor's Tribe episode where he played the dad. This is his last.
Yeah, I was confused because Red's mum died too, and I thought you were mixing that up.
Fun fact: this is his last film, which is
Maybe you should get more work then.
You know why?
Because he's
He
lazy.
played a man of God, and God said, "I need that guy right now."
This was a job interview.
This guy was a returning guest, like 4 or 5 episodes on Home Improvement.
I thought you were going to say of this show.
No, this is second. Of Home Improvement, and another character in this movie, I can't remember which one, was also in Home Improvement a couple of times. So this is like a Home Improvement reunion tour. I know all of it. It's pretty impressive.
My favourite show.
You love Home Improvement, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to see Tim
Look, they're on the front
I saw a
page.
JonTron review
And
of it.
now he's untanned again.
Yeah, but it was also on the front page.
Did you know that she puts on the glasses so she can read?
Did you know that she has eyes?
No.
Which is good.
Wait, did you... was
I
that
dated
no
a girl
to...
once who had just skin from the
Oliver,
eyebrows
was that-
down.
Oliver, was that no to me or no to him?
Both.
It was
Oh,
no
okay.
to himself. He was saying, no, Oliver, no, why am I
You
such
should
a
learn more
bad
about
boy,
why
bad
people
boy, bad boy, bad boy. You didn't answer me. Was Buzz circumcised or not, motherfucker?
Oh my god.
Don't think I've forgotten.
Yes, he was.
Wow. You couldn't be more wrong. Buzz is clearly Jewish. So,
Jewish people...
I know.
You just...
I know, but guess what I was going
You
to
just,
say?
you just don't want to be wrong.
I know.
What makes you think Buzz Lightyear is Jewish?
I'm kidding. He's clearly
not
a Republican who supports Donald Trump. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about Tim Allen. Whoops.
Do you not remember...
no.
Do you not remember the scene where Buzz Lightyear does the Woody Allen routine?
Jesus Christ.
The Woody Allen routine, yeah. Do you not remember that routine of Buzz Lightyear where it said, to infinity and oy vey?
Oh my god.
In Polish, it's do koniec świata i jeszcze dalej.
Is
That
that
doesn't roll off the tongue quite as well.
I know.
is that hey, look, Salvation Army gets a
Means
plug.
to the end of the planet and even further.
And you know, oh look, here's the aunt from Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
No, this is
Where's
the,
Salem?
This is the mum from The Room.
Well, Salem's a physical location that this is not taking place in, Oliver, so orcs.
What about orcs? This isn't Lord of the Rings.
No, I was actually referencing Warcraft by Duncan Jones.
Oh, I'm sure.
With everyone's favourite actor, Toby Kebbell.
Hey, Oliver.
You know Toby Kebbell. He's been in everything. He was in, he was in your favourite movie.
Which one?
He was in the second Planet of the Apes movie.
Oh. What made you think that was my favourite movie?
Because it's everyone's favourite movie. Bartek, tell him. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. That's his favourite movie.
I like...
Is that the second one?
I like Monkey.
It goes Dawn, Rise,
Rise.
Planet of the War for Planet.
Wrath of War.
War.
Of the, yeah.
So the second one he plays. You know, you've seen it, yeah?
I haven't seen any of these.
Okay. You've seen the ads, yeah?
Yes.
You know, there's that famous bit in the ads where that one chimp comes over to the army guys and like, look at me, I'm just a happy-go-lucky chimp, and then grabs a machine gun and wails them down.
Yeah,
That's Toby Kebbell.
Oh, good for him.
Or as you know him, the guy from Ben-Hur, who wasn't Ben-Hur. The new Ben-Hur, of course, not Charlton Heston's. That was like 60 years ago.
I only know two things about Planet of the Apes.
Well, you know a lot more now.
No, precisely one more thing.
Well, no, he had 2 other things he knew.
Well, I know he's one more.
It was Earth, and Draco Malfoy calls them damn dirty apes.
Draco Malfoy?
Yeah.
What?
Or is it
The actor,
Franco?
Tom, whatever his name is.
Tom Felton?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't get this reference.
Apparently, in one of the films from a few years ago, he calls some of them damn dirty apes.
Oh, he's in one of them.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Again, I haven't seen
Yeah,
any
he's
of
in the
them.
very first one, and he's one of the people that works in the
Lab.
the enclosure. Yeah.
I thought you were going to bring up the fact that
This is going to be the 4th thing I learn, right? So go ahead and say it.
the principal, because I taught you this, the principal in the film Cutting Class was
Very nice man.
in the original Planet of the Apes movies as Caesar.
Yeah, you did say something like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, I did say that. I'm amazing. I know everything and I know everyone.
You're very okay.
That's news.
I'm great, and hence I'm not asking you any more questions because I know the answers.
Great.
Oliver, how's your mum? I'll tell you.
Oh my god.
Great. She's got a bit of a vibration problem
Did you
right
get your
now
phone
when
back? Yeah, no.
I ring her. And I ring my phone. Technically, I'm ringing in her. And
Hey,
she
look, a
doesn't-
returning actor to the show.
What, Jacob Busey? I don't remember him being on the
The
show.
other one.
The other one?
The other one that was in the frame at the time. I
Cheech
said it.
Marin.
That one, yes.
Everyone's favourite star of Cheech and Chong.
No, everyone's favourite star of Race to Witch Mountain.
Yeah. He actually was one of my favourite bits in Race to Witch Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I love about Cheech, and I said in Race to Witch Mountain, I love the fact that Cheech, his career stems from a really adult humor, sex humor, dirty humor, and pot humor. Him and Chong used to go around and say they were hard rock funny men. And now his whole entire career will be either appearing in every Robert Rodriguez movie, no matter how adult or kidsy it is, and appearing in every kidsy movie. He's even in Coco.
Really?
Because you gotta have Cheech. You cannot have a movie that has anything to do with the Mexican culture and not have Cheech Marin in it somehow. I think it's like a Hollywood,
It's written into his concept.
it's written in blood.
Which one's Coco?
Coco's the new Pixar film. Pixar, yeah.
Yeah, the little
Pixar
Mexican
film.
kid that plays guitar. And...
You've seen the ads for it all over
think
buses.
I remember the name, but I
He's
need,
in it.
I need to have a
Cheech
look
Marin's
at
in
this.
it.
The one a bunch of Americans were crying about cultural association, but it's
Association or appropriation? I hate cultural associations.
I don't like
hate
associating.
those. You know what I
with
hate?
Mexico.
Bartek, you know what I hate?
You hate Bartek?
Yeah, I hate you.
I hadn't finished.
If you go to Sydney, the Australian city, fun fact, you will see Polish RSLs and bars in droves. Like in every suburb, there's like 15 of them.
Wow.
That's a lot. In Melbourne, they're just every now and then, but...
In Sydney, they're very prevalent. You should move there. And I'll host here, and you do Skype, and Ollie can be waiting for another 45 minutes.
We'll send Oliver to Rowville to the Polish house.
Oh god.
Yeah, so that was a fact. So you were saying you love cultural appropriation. It's your fave. You're a big fan of Katy Perry because she does it in every film clip.
I mean, aside from that.
Aside from that,
Yeah, I was saying Mexicans, it's one of the... They loved it, and it was one of the most popular animated movies of all time. in
Yeah.
Mexico, so.
they also love Mario Odyssey because...
It's a good game!
Because they like the fact that Mario wears a sombrero and has a guitar. That was actually a literal thing.
Yeah.
Like, people were like, hey, don't be racist. And Mexicans were like, we love it.
Yeah.
We also love Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeah.
We just love things that reference us.
They do. They're like, please notice me, senpai, essentially, globally.
Please don't just cast us as Cartel all the time. All we have is Danny Trejo, and that's it. Help us.
They took the cartel stereotype and they're replacing it with literally any other stereotype, even if it's the sombrero wielding, guitar playing.
You mean Antonio Banderas? Yeah, that's his career.
Mariachi.
El Mariachi. Thanks, Robert Rodriguez. Look at Dan Aykroyd. He's really getting into the scene. He's
Dan?
like,
Yeah.
that's Dan.
It's a bit too
Has he been in
into it.
anything?
Yeah, he was in a film called Nothing But Trouble, which we've covered on this show before.
Is that the one where the guy turns into a cat?
No, that was
the
I'm
little
Gay
French girl.
Kevin Spacey.
Was he in the one with the little French girl who fell in the river and the dog saved her?
No, again, that was Claire Thomas, who really should be listening.
Was the lead actress, whatever her name was.
Claire Thomas.
No, Claire Thomas.
Claire Thomas is the lead actress in my eyes. You heard me, Claire.
Ah, you're that kind of...
Have we been looking out for if they've removed the
Wreath,
from the-
I'm telling you, it's still there, and I'm correct. I doubt
I thought you
Bartek's
were right.
validity.
I'm gonna give.
Oh, this is the
Bartek
Netflix
some-
copy, right?
Yeah.
Because I watched it on Netflix. So this is
So
literally the same
here's
copy.
something that I want to point out: the mise en scene. Every single picture frame that
Ryan,
they
why
have.
don't you explain what mise en scene is for the listening people?
No.
Everything in the frame. It's everything in the frame.
I would like to know.
Everything in their house that's in a frame that isn't a painting, like the one behind her, is a picture of their daughter, really reinforcing the fact that their daughter is a large presence in their life. Mm-hmm. And now that she's gone, it's like this big haunting thing. See here? There she is. The big white thing in the background.
Ryan.
So the daughter is basically just a big white thing in your eyes.
Aren't we all big in my eyes?
Big to you.
Race is just an illusion.
Race is an illusion.
I'm kidding. Time is an illusion, and death is imminent.
Ooh.
Look at that. Tim Allen's saying, do I want that on the roof? No.
Thank you for the very literal
See, it's still on the door.
It is for now.
Free Frosty. Now, this is where he could get the police to come in, but he says, nah. Nah.
Well, the police are on the side of the neighborhood people.
You said it.
Yeah, I know, but at the same time, they're doing illegal things. Like, putting...
Oh, he's just like... He's home alone to this right now.
Look,
See that?
Look at that reef. Still on the door.
Still in it off now.
You know, there's a reef.
Oh!
And you know what? Bartek nailed it like Jesus.
Oh my god.
You know what? I
we have documented proof.
We have documented
of
I was
Ryan
incorrect.
repeatedly saying he was correct about it.
And
it
you
was
know what?
nighttime too.
I am so keen.
Was it night?
I thought that it was at nighttime. and
Was that a nighttime shot?
I think it was.
It was.
I think that was a daytime shot.
Just after he finished spraying it, he took it off.
Did you know, it was great. He did a visual hand gesture of, like, masturbation, saying spraying it off. That was practical. They actually froze a cat. But look in this shot, there it is. In the mirror.
That was a mirror, Ryan.
And look who's there. Santa in the background.
How dare they?
Who's that?
Oh, he had a little cameo.
It's what we...
cameos throughout the whole film.
Some might say, he's the Holy Ghost.
I've read the Bible.
Have you actually?
You know what I love about the Holy Ghost or the Holy Spirit? It's just...
18 ghost or spirit?
You know what? I don't care. Because what I'm about to say is, it's like the one that's like the most vague out of them all. And you know what? You know what's one of the things that really sets Catholicism and a lot of the other Christian religions apart as well is that we've talked about this before. You and I. Is like Catholics take things a lot more literally.
Yeah.
Like, no, that was his body. That was his blood. It's like,
literal-
oh, come on, guys. It's a fucking
literally-
metaphor.
Yeah, Protestantism literally started because Catholics said, oh, the bread actually becomes the body. And Protestants were like, it's metaphorical.
He's gone back to being tanned.
Yeah, because he's got facial reconstruction to look like Jack Nicholson's the Joker.
It's buttocks.
So the
Buttocks?
Buttocks.
I love buttocks.
It's where you inject
But
yourself
it
with a
also
needle.
made his skin darker for some reason.
Because the blood has rushed to his face. Look, it's more red than tan. I'm Ryan, you know it.
You weren't right.
You just,
before.
I was 100% right.
I will forever reference the time you insisted that you were right about that.
I'll tell your mum that you said that.
Oh, great.
Let me ring her now.
Fuck off.
Dude, don't. Ryan, don't do it.
what did she say?
Oliver can't take any more spanks.
Spanks.
That's what mums do when children are naughty.
Spank me.
You want your mum to spank you in a sexual way? Bad.
Why did you assume it was sexual, you creep?
No, I'm telling you it's sexual, and you're now trying to backtrack. I love watching extras in scenes. Like, this chick is nodding and laughing. What's she laughing at? You think, like, as an actor, Bartek, what do you think her thought process was just by observing it? That one woman background that nodded and laughed. What do you think was going on in her head? And if it was you, what would be going on in your head?
The answer is, fucking AD, I'll show him. I can pay attention to this scene. Look, I'm going to just mime a chat.
Is that what she's thinking? No, tell me
Yes.
what you would be thinking.
I would be thinking...
Because you've done extra work before.
the same thing.
He
but
was on Neighbours.
He was?
multiple times.
You know
Get
who
it
he
right.
was?
A neighbour?
No.
You heard it? Hey, everyone listening,
It's
have
very
you heard?
disappointing, actually.
Have you heard of the TV show The Worst Year of My Life Again?
No, I haven't actually.
Well, there's a show called that, and there's a scene in a hospital at one point where there's a doctor or something walk in the background next to a bigger doctor. I was the littler doctor.
I actually don't... Wait, who was in that show?
I don't know. I never watched it.
The Worst Year of My Life Again.
It's apparently a show about a kid who just had the worst year of his life, and then some supernatural thing happened. He has to relive it.
Okay, because
And
I know
apparently,
there's
like-
that British TV show with Ben Miller called The Worst Week of My Life, and then they made a second season, and they just kept it as The Worst Week of My Life, and then they made a Christmas special called The Worst Christmas of My Life. I'm like, oh, that's fair.
Apparently, the way the episodes go, apparently at the beginning they show like the original run of that day, and then the second half I think is like, him
So
reliving
were you
it.
in 2 runs? Like, were you in the normal run of the day and the evil, bad run of the day?
That's a good question.
And what was your thought process as an extra, and was it similar to hers?
My thought process was, hey, big guy, I'm going to talk to you.
And that was just the director.
That was my co-actor.
That was his agent.
Actually, now that I think of it, that guy told
Hey,
me...
big guy.
risque.
That guy did tell me a lot of funny stories. Like, kept talking about his Russian girlfriends and stuff.
And that man was Bartek's father. Little did we know that it was a father-son relationship.
Dude, my Polish dad dating a Russian?
Yeah, that would go down bad, wouldn't it?
What do you think of Enrique in this film?
You mean Enrique?
Enrique.
Like, and it's like his
Isn't
Crash
that-
Bandicoot character.
Isn't that what the Jake Busey has written on the...
Yeah.
So that's my reference.
Yeah.
You guys are reacting like, whoa!
No, I know what you're talking about. That's
I
why
just-
I said it's a Crash Bandicoot character. It's got an N.
Funny. It was...
N dot name.
I was going to say reference the story of Ricky.
No, there's no N in that film.
The story of Ricky O.
Take a look,
Story
there's
of
no N.
Story of, but you could just call it the story of Enrique.
You could, but there's no N.
But you replace the O with an N.
If you
and
put
put
open,
the N in
right,
front.
if you open the film on VLC Media Player, you do Control F, type N, nothing.
You know what I love about this? This scene is happening before the halfway point of the film.
Are you serious right now?
100%.
Oh wow!
Oh,
you are,
just
you are
almost.
correct.
No, yeah, before,
You're right, yeah, it's 44 and a half minutes
Yeah,
in, and it's about
before-
54 and a half left.
before halfway point. So the shift of
5
them,
more minutes and be halfway.
the shift of them being good, like from them being good to going what would be considered bad to good again, is very quick in the general scheme of things, and that's impressive. Because one of the things I will praise about this movie is, you know, the pacing is good. You know, I felt the tones and everything was amazing. You know, like you know,
Characterization.
The thing on the door.
oh, the reef that was never there. I agree. I was right about that.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna re-edit this so that I'm right.
I will
you
never
know.
forget this.
Can you edit?
Hashtag never forget.
You're never gonna have me
And
as
you
a
know
guest
what,
again.
Oliver?
I remember this.
You know, 100% bet you Oliver will forget.
All right.
Well, now that you've said it,
Now that you've
Ryan,
said
he's going to
that.
make an effort. To
Yeah, I'm
remember.
actually gonna. Yeah,
But you know what's gonna happen?
you're done, mate.
I'm detailing my plan too much, but Oliver, don't pay attention to this, okay? I'm gonna change only little facts about it, enough for him to question it.
Are you trying to gaslight me?
I'm gonna not gaslight him. I'm gonna set him on fire.
And then you're going to fart on him?
And then I'll get you to fart on him because
That's
in
rude,
case
Fart.
because no, here's why.
Never heard that one before, Oliver.
Really? Because that seems like a pretty simple.
Martek, because he's such a ma.
No, he said fart.
Martek,
Swing and a miss, buddy.
you're a swinger.
You win.
So
That's incest.
fun fact.
Teddy, no.
I said that's incest and you go fun.
He was talking about you.
And Tim Allen
He
goes,
was talking. Hey Oliver. Hashtag never forget.
Yeah, what?
So, does this guy not look like the dumbass from According to Jim? The blonde dumbass that's not Jim?
Maybe.
You ever watched According to Jim?
Never.
Never. You never watched Jim Belushi, who was the brother of John Belushi, who was the Blues Brother. Connection?
That isn't your favourite Blues Brother.
No, but like it's Connection. Like this guy looks like the guy who plays the sidekick in Jim Belushi's
And is he...
show According to Jim.
And is he white?
Who?
The guy you're talking about.
This guy on the screen right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I really...
And is Tim Allen white?
You're right, he is.
Connection.
Wait.
Christmas. White Christmas.
Bing Crosby film, I agree.
Ooh.
It's a
Okay.
white Christmas.
And this is the scene where he talks to not
Give you a
white
white
guy.
Christmas.
Not white guy? You mean his wife?
No, the guy across the street.
Oh.
Well, almost across the street.
I love the fact that he just spent $75 to throw something away when he could have fit it in the back seat of his car
Yeah.
instead of on the roof. But hey, Oliver, I'm not a Christmas guy.
Yeah,
You are.
Really?
But you are.
Have either of you ever had a white Christmas?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know?
No.
I have.
I know.
I have actually.
Oh.
Who
Ryan's
hasn't?
missing out.
I haven't.
Where did you have a white Christmas party?
Poland.
No, Ryan, let me answer because maybe you're wrong.
Oh, okay. What's the
Mount Druitt.
what's the actual answer?
Poland.
Oh, that's interesting. I wouldn't have guessed that.
I like my high five to Bartek was I put my hand up like high five and he put his hand out like a handshake and that's what we ended up
Hey,
with.
it's still
No, it's because
still works.
with me, I'm like,
Still
you
works.
really want to do this? Okay.
Yeah, fuck you, Ryan. I don't want to do it, but you asked politely and with enthusiasm. And you know what I love about this scene? I'm skipping what I was going to keep saying, but you know what I love about this scene? He's like, "Mom, man, my wife, I don't want to tell her. She's going to be so, like, she hates you." And then she comes up and she's like, "Hey, Luther, it's so great to see you." Like, she's the nicest person to react to him off face value. Like, he is reacting more like, "Oh, Luther." But look at her. She's like, "Hi, Luther. Honey, we gotta go." Like,
Yeah.
she's not even like, "Honey, we gotta go." Like it's
Yeah.
Luther.
You gotta leave Luther.
I think some actress didn't get directions. And I'm saying it's Tim Allen.
What makes you think Tim Allen didn't get any acting direction in this movie?
Because he is such an auteur actor.
And he's
What if on the
circumcised.
script it just says Tim Allen does his thing?
You know there are
That's
certain
rude.
scripts that do that, right?
Yeah, like Robin Williams had that.
And Neil Flynn in Scrubs as the janitor, they eventually just stopped writing lines and just said, "Neil Flynn says funny shit."
You know what? I think
Yeah,
I read.
have you,
I think I read the other day that Donald Glover in Community was like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen RV.
Runaway Vacation.
Yeah.
Have I seen Josh Hutchinson's greatest film since Zathura? You know I fucking have. We're gonna cover it one day on the show.
Yeah. The script for that has Robin Williams when he talks to the kids in the basketball
Yeah.
court. That's just Robin Williams says funny things. Like Robin Williams raps.
Yeah,
And then in brackets, not Robin Williams from 1 Hour Photo. In brackets,
Oh my god.
not Dead Poet Society Robin Williams.
That's
In brackets, not Robin Williams in real life. Brackets.
that would be
Because he was very serious.
pretty quiet.
Pretty quiet?
Yeah, at the moment.
Wow. Wow, that was a suicide reference there, Bartek, on Christmas of all days. This film did reference suicide quite a lot, which was Oliver's favourite joke he told me.
Ryan.
I didn't say it was my
Ryan,
favorite.
didn't you hear the news?
No, I didn't hear the news. Tell me the news. Is it new?
Is it Huey Lewis?
It's that people who commit suicide are brave.
Wait, what?
Hear that? Conflicting message there from Bartek. You hear that, Oliver? You want to be brave?
Did you just tell me to go kill myself?
No.
That's not where I was going.
No. I asked. I asked, do you want to be brave?
I remember one. It was like.
Do you want to be brave, Oliver? If anything, I'm asking you if you're suicidal.
None of it means I'm suicidal.
Oliver, let's get serious. It's a Christmas episode.
What?
Suicide. Thought about it?
Don't ask me about suicide on a Christmas episode.
Oh, but you talking about penetrating your mum's vagina with a phone.
You brought that up.
Yeah, but you didn't complain as much as me being like, suicide. Thing?
I mean...
Thought about it during Christmas?
I didn't want to piss off my dad.
Is that why you wouldn't commit suicide? You didn't want to piss off your dad?
No.
That's a great motivation. I would love to see
Because
a
apparently
character...
you're my dad now.
Yeah, you're right. Don't piss me off, son. Oh, this woman's face was great. It made me want to commit
yeah.
suicide.
Don't piss him off, but feel free to piss on
It's
him.
like, I know, I'm being insensitive to people who have committed suicide, but I don't think they're really going to complain. Because they're dead, Oliver. That was where I was going with that.
Alright, let's just,
Keep going on the suicide route for Christmas, like Mo Simpson's running, like Mo from The Simpsons running gag is in the Christmas episodes. He keeps trying to kill himself. Did you? I love those gags.
I did, yeah.
Uh-oh, this woman did that on purpose.
Absolutely.
You know why? She's like, I hate Jamie Lee Curtis. How dare you? She's a national treasure. She showed us her tits in Trading Places. How dare you?
Did she actually?
Have you not watched Trading Places
Well,
with Eddie
She wasn't
Murphy?
showing you.
And Dan Aykroyd, another connection, which the trivia brings up. This is like the fourth film that they've done, but this is one of the few in which it's not them in a blossoming relationship. It's them in an already existing relationship.
And do you buy that relationship, Ryan?
Of Tim Allen and Dan Aykroyd and Jamie Lee Curtis's three-way. You're right.
I was talking about the marriage.
Marriage I agree upon, but yeah, like in terms of her and Dan Aykroyd, they've already got like a relationship of terms of just neighbors and stuff. She seems to respect him, even though she's afraid of him. But in this is one where they're not in a romantic relationship. It's just like a rivalry and a platonic at the end, because she does seem to like him when things become normal again.
She got very horny in that one scene.
For Tim Allen, I'm talking like you're talking about Tim Allen. I'm talking about Dan Aykroyd.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, because like he's the antagonist of the film. I love the stoner son.
Yeah, I know, right?
Was he your favorite character?
He was actually.
It's another biblical reference.
What, stoner son?
Stoning.
Let he who has not sinned throw the first
Without
stone.
sin.
No, he with sin throw stone at the Holy Ghost, which is very vague.
Alright, guys, fan theory.
Who's Jesus?
No.
I'll give you an answer.
No,
Simon Cowell.
No. In this scene, where did Spike go?
Oh.
Well, I've got an answer for you.
Mm.
I've got a literal answer. He's in the tree.
Oh.
Because as I was saying it, I saw he ran away towards the red car. So,
Did he?
But guess what?
so I kind of
I'm
screwed
right.
myself.
I'm right. He's in the tree.
Because I actually didn't know what happened to him, but then as I was saying it, I saw him running away. I'm like, oh shit.
You know why this movie didn't do as well as another reason?
Didn't you
Because
answer
that background actor is great. But no, one of the reasons is...
Is it better than the background actor from Cool Cat?
Pretty impressive. There's some little minor errors and consistency, and this is brought up in the trivia again when it's like in the trailer it has like lots of these scenes that aren't in the film, and I feel like this film could be longer. I think there's a few scenes that are cut that make these continuity issues a problem, such as this day here is Christmas Eve, but the day before was also Christmas Eve. So they have an establishing morning shot and then they're packing, and you're thinking, oh, it must be Christmas Day because in the previous scene they said it's Christmas Eve, but now it's established that now it's at nighttime, and then they established a daytime shot. So it's Christmas Eve happened twice in this movie. It's Groundhog's Day.
No,
Christmas Hog's Day.
Ryan, a whole year has passed.
And then, yeah, that's it. And Cheech Marin doesn't know who Spike is, but then Spike's like, hey, it's me. And he says, Vic's son. And he gives this little thing like, oh, yeah,
I did notice that.
Like
Why
he's
did
kind
he
of like
run away?
vague about who he is because they don't visit the street regularly enough to know who everyone is properly. Like, it's not like,
No, that's not what Oliver was asking.
What?
He asked why did Spike run away?
Yeah, because if he came back, what's the point?
Because he was afraid that he would get in trouble, but then he was like, no, I actually am a smart guy. I've got something on my hoodie. I don't know what that is.
He's got an IQ.
Hawk?
A what? Sorry?
Hawk? The word is
it says,
Hawk?
yeah, it's Tony Hawk outfit. Like
Oh, is it?
Tony Hawk.
It looked like a playing card.
Yeah, it's a Christmas thing.
Wait, are you telling me he's wearing a Christmas Tony Hawk Pro Skater hoodie?
I can only
That
think.
is the best skater hoodie you could wear.
Pretty
A
much.
Christmas Tony Hawk
Guys,
Pro
let's-
Skater.
We're coming up to the part where she says the quote that's on women.com.
Ooh,
What's
I don't
the
even
quote?
know what women.com is. Tell me.
Women.com is a website.
For women?
apparently.
No, actually.
Smoked trout, actually.
Oh, for God's sake.
Bloody fish.
Booze. It's not Lent. Go on.
It's not booze, it's fish. Here's the quote.
What happened to the hickory ham? And she's like,
Never seen
Never say
Hickory ham.
honey ham again.
honey ham again. Why? But I was like, why did women.com bring this up?
Because, and
Is this a hashtag relate issue?
Hashtag
this is
Penny Reed,
this is
honey ham.
this is a concept that you might not be familiar with. They like the quote.
Like.
They like it.
They what?
They like
Did they
it.
come into this film liking?
Yeah.
I'm not. Wow, this is an appreciated masterpiece. Now, fuck.
You
Sorry,
can't- you-
Right,
women
are you gonna
dot-
start a war with
We're gonna have to
women
stop the
dot-
episode. We're gonna have to stop it.
Women.com has fucked us up. We've earned an impeccable
Yep.
track record of choosing unappreciated masterpieces on my specific criteria of, I want to watch this one, can we do this? And Bartek says, yeah, sure.
Guys,
And
I
now
just
women.com has come in with, their bras on and they've come in with their highfalutin ways saying, I like that quote, indicating they like the film.
Ryan.
Well, now I'm the fool.
Ryan, How many other movies now that we know that women.com are pretty?
You know what?
How many?
We have to go back to
You have
women.com
to.
and find out how. You know what we should type in? women.com/unappreciated masterpieces, and we'll see what they have to say. Because I imagine they listen to us. Because who doesn't?
Do you reckon they have an article for every chick flick we've done?
I reckon they have an article for every flick we've done because all of them have women in them, and I imagine women.com don't just do feminine films; they do every film with women in them with a .com.
So do you think that they like
Jamie Lee Curtis
a lot of the male-centric films, like, say, The Covenant or something like that?
I think they fucking love The Covenant because it's got spiders in it. You know who this guy really reminds me of? He
is familiar.
Yeah,
I don't know who the actor,
Me
like
neither.
the actor, I looked him up, he's not really in anything I know, but he really reminds me of a comedic actor from the timeline of Tim Allen and all that, Martin Short. He gives me a real Martin Short kind of
Really?
vibe.
Really?
Like, obviously an old man, but like, Martin Short, yeah, he gives me this real kind of Martin Short kind of vibe. Like, the way he kind of has this soft-spoken manner, this kind of playful giddiness. Even his smile is very like a Martin Short type of shtick. Like, and Martin Short was the villain in the Santa Claus 3, Jack Frost.
He reminds me of Neil Gaiman.
Who doesn't? Martin Short?
I mean, actually, no, yeah, Martin Short does.
Martin Short should play Neil Gaiman in a film. And you know what?
I would
Neil
go- I would
Gaiman.
say that.
You know what happened? Neil Gaiman does occasionally turn up in things, so he should play Martin Short's characters from Saturday Night Live. Wouldn't that be great? And he would do it seriously, and that would be the joke.
Neil Gaiman plays Martin Short, and Martin Short plays Neil Gaiman.
Yeah.
Has that ever
Someone
happened-
has to be married to Amanda Palmer.
Has that actually happened in a movie before, where two actors play like their opposing real world actor? Like,
I'm really sure that has happened, probably. We know that Isla Fisher likes to play a version of Amy Adams in Nocturnal Animals, which is fun.
sounds fun.
That's a fun thing.
Hey, Frosty's up on the roof now.
Hey, Bartek, you like putting things on roofs.
Don't tell them!
How do you put Frosty on the roof?
Well, you pick him up and go up there and you put him down.
Yeah, but like, how does he stay up? Like, how? No, I mean this seriously. Like, how do you put him up?
The thought crossed my mind as well.
Because he doesn't have any other tools on him.
Yeah, I did look at, like, the bottom of him, like the part that's meant to stand on the ground, and it's flat, and the roof is not flat.
Yeah.
Like, at one point I thought, are they going to put him on the chimney? But that's ridiculous.
Guys, are we
It'll burn.
going to ignore the fact that his eyebrows have changed direction?
Yeah.
No, we're not going to ignore that. We're going to just talk something else.
Oh, but did you not hear him? The Botox is temporary.
No, I'm talking about Frosty's eyebrows.
Well, it's because he's happy now, except for the flames in his eyes that indicate anger.
Also, why even bother? If it's going to be up on the roof, you wouldn't really be able to see that many details in his eyes anyway. It's
You know, Ryan, I don't think he's seen The Legend of Frosty the Snowman.
No one has.
No, that guy on YouTube made a 33-minute video on it.
This is the
Oh,
the
no.
uncharacteristically dark comment.
It's not that uncharacteristic. He has been very viscerally over-the-top dark humor throughout the whole entire film. I actually am standing by his suicide joke here.
Yeah, it says
Let me die.
9/11, did you see that?
Whoa, that was 3 years earlier.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Hashtag too soon. Hashtag.
Might actually be too soon at this point.
At what point has it become okay to make 9/11 jokes?
I heard that the rule was 10 years, but a lot of people seem to not like that.
In terms of too soon or not soon enough?
In terms of after 10 years, you should be able to laugh
Here it
at
is.
it, but for the 9/11 thing, I don't
it was a
think.
suicide. Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's been too soon since suicide for him to make that joke.
I've
We have to
seen-
wait 10 years since a suicide.
10
I've
years
seen
since the last suicide, yeah.
I've seen a comic of, like, the first panel is the Titanic sinking and there's, like, a joke being told. Second panel is people laughing at it. Third panel is 9/11 happening. There's, like a joke, and then the fourth one's like, fuck you, people died.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's my humor.
And it's okay. As long as you don't deny the Holocaust happening, then you're fine in my book. That's right. I don't like Holocaust deniers. They're
Holocaust.
stupid.
So is that like a hologram party or something?
Yeah.
Hologram deny.
Yeah, hologram
You know,
party.
completely
Disclaimer,
going
we're
off
Polish.
going off track from this movie just for one moment. I know that we've been very on track with the movie.
Hurry, the moment's almost over.
There was a girl, a foreign exchange student in my year who was from Finland.
Ooh boy.
Finland, and Finland didn't really do much in the war, did they? They weren't on the Nazi side. They were kind of.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Finland weren't Nazi side. I think they were like neutral area. Like, hey, Finland, you can tell me. You actually do listen. We do have Finnish listeners, so
I'm actually not sure what's
so
any part of
what I'm
Scandinavia
gonna
is.
say is, this girl didn't know about the Holocaust. And didn't really know about how bad of a guy Hitler was.
It was pretty bad.
Okay.
And how bad World War II was. And I was like, why? And it's like, oh, they just don't teach that.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And it boggles my mind, Europe.
And Finland's the one with like the amazing education
That's
system now.
Switzerland. Switzerland's the one with amazing. And
it's Finland.
I thought it was Switzerland.
You know what? I think they had a reform some years back, and it's now really amazing.
Well, you can understand why Switzerland would not touch World War II that much, because they were the ones with the Nazi gold! Nazi gold! You know where their gold came from, don't you? The teeth of Jews. That's true.
Yeah.
A good portion of Nazi gold came from the teeth of Jews.
What's a Jew?
Well, a Jew is... Hey, look, it's that comedic actor who's a Jew. No, a Jew is, it's someone who's of the Jewish faith. You know, so, you know.
What about Judas?
Well, Judas Iscariot was...
No, it's pronounced escargot, Ryan.
Judas Escargot.
Oh, no. I was actually going to joke and say escargot Iscariot. Was one of Jesus's disciples. And probably the apostle that people misinterpret the most.
Yeah.
He's the one in the Last Supper image that goes, which the listening people can see me do.
My favorite thing about
Clenched
Judas
fist.
was I lived with a very Christian housemate for one period of time, and we were
I didn't live
watching
with
Jesus Christ Superstar,
That's a good
which is
movie.
the Tim Minchin one. And it's the one, and you know, that frames Judas in a very interesting light.
Runs from tanks.
Yes, you're thinking of the film 1970s film version. I'm talking
I
about like
don't
a
know
film
the
live
different versions.
version of Tim Minchin.
It's like a theatre show.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, that frames Judas in a very interesting light,
Yeah.
a more sympathetic light than you would usually get, which is a good thing to do because he's still an apostle for a reason. Because you know he that was his role. Peter was to deny, Thomas was to doubt.
That's what always confused me. Like, I remember when I was in primary school, they'd make us sing religious songs, and one of them literally went, Judas, Judas, what have you done? For 30 silver pieces, you betrayed everyone. And it's like,
That's a good song.
I know. 30 silver pieces
bad.
for the life of God's son.
Yeah, and
It's
you
like,
know,
yeah, he was meant to.
my Christian housemates saw it, sat down, and went, "Oh, Judas, I hate that guy." And I actually turned around and went like, "What do you mean by that?" Like, she's like, I talked about how he betrayed Jesus and what a jerk he was. I'm like, yeah, but you're supposed to forgive him. That's the whole point. What a bad... And I just told her that she was a bad Christian and that she had to actually sit down and think about it. Like she actually didn't get upset. She actually went, "You're right," and actually just sat down and just thought real hard about her life's decisions and how she fucked up. Hey, I'm just being a jerk. You know, you can be Christian and not follow everything. I mean, sure, you can turn the Bible into anything you want. Hint, hint, Donald Trump. You know, Oliver's giving me a pouty face.
What does he do with the Bible?
You know who pout face is?
Who?
Your homeboy Trump.
My God.
He's not
Mein
pale.
God?
He
That's from
has
Hitler.
He's not
best
pale, he's
pout
orange.
faces.
He's very, very pale in the eyes area, though. He goes to the same tanning salon as Tim Allen.
Does he have a big bulge?
Well,
Tim Allen's was actually a brown tan. That was actually not terrible.
well, he went to the bathing. Like, he went to the UV one. He didn't get sprayed.
I feel like this is an easy
Sprayed
joke, but does he have a big bulge or is it just because of the hands on the...
Trump? Did
know?
you see the animatronics that Disney put out of Trump?
The one
Yeah.
It looks
It
clearly
looks
like
like
Hillary,
Hillary,
but they
yeah.
just put Trump's face.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that was what's
Well,
the word?
Disney owns everything. All hail our Lord and Savior, Disney. Love you.
I'm failing on my English right now, jeez.
Well,
I still can't think of the word.
what are you trying to say?
Disconcerting.
Disconcerting.
That's the word I was trying to
Unsettling could be another.
say. Yeah, but disconcerting has a D in it.
Oh, disastrous could be another.
Disconcerting is the word.
I know what the word is.
Hey, look, Enrique. That's like a Crash Bandicoot character.
No, it's like the
Engine.
story of Enrique.
Tell us the story of Enrique, right?
Well,
Let's watch Story of Ricky.
that 2000s editing is coming in handy.
Oh, so good.
Look how many cuts there are. There are more than a Michael Bay film.
Not
It's
jarring
like a
at
music
all.
video.
It's like a Michael Bay film.
Hey,
Almost
Which is
like
also a music video.
the Iron Fist Netflix series, if you've seen that.
I haven't,
There are,
actually.
there are 53 cuts in 30 seconds
does that
in
have
one fight
anything?
scene.
Does that have anything to do with Tekken?
Yes, actually.
Okay.
And that's the end of that.
Because Tekken means
Good
Iron
call.
Fist.
That's Tekken, Cheech Marin here.
Would
You
you
know,
play as Cheech Marin in Tekken?
no. Duh, I play as the tiger guy.
King.
King or Armor King
Yeah,
or
see?
King 2 or Armor King 2?
Yeah.
All of them.
Can't I play as
But
all
Armor
of them?
King 1 died, Ryan.
Yeah, but isn't there like a game in which you can have King and Armor King fight each other?
Well,
Anyway.
you can do that in almost any.
Yeah,
of them.
every
Yeah, but
game
like
you can
all
have
the
King.
different versions of King, could you not have them all fight each other?
I don't know about Tag 2, maybe.
Ooh. Jake Busey, the son of Gary Busey. If you've ever seen Starship Troopers, that's one of Jake Busey's more prominent films. He plays one of the soldiers in the group. He plays the fiddle in that movie. He's a prominent actor in the Asylum movies, which are, the Asylum films. They're the ones that make the quick, easy rip-off
None
movies.
of you noticed what happened in the film.
What?
The subtitles.
What?
They said Rudolph, and they capitalized the L randomly.
No, it's because that's German for
Rudolph.
two separate words.
You know, I found out the other day that Rudolph being one of Santa's reindeers was a 20th century edition.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Apparently, it was just originally those 8.
Oh, I thought you
Rudolph
meant
was
20th
out of
Century Fox. I'm like, wow.
No!
Those guys are
Wait,
always...
where
The
did you get that
chronological.
from? Yeah, where'd you get that from? You didn't say
Because-
Fox at all.
Yeah, but I was thinking
you
about
just added-
Disney. I was thinking about Disney and now how they own Fox.
You were just so corporately minded. You just added Fox in where it wasn't.
I love you, corporate Disney.
Okay.
Please own us. We like money. Give me $50 billion. I'll accept it on only that much. This is a very
So, Ryan, are
original, groundbreaking podcast series in which we talk about Tim Allen movies. This is what, like the fourth Tim Allen movie that we
Ryan.
covered. We love you, Tim.
Ryan,
We love you.
I'm gonna say maybe it's a good movie, and then you say maybe it's maybe.
Okay, you say that.
You know this film? Maybe it's a good movie.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Thank you.
It's no Zoom, though.
Nothing is as good as Zoom's editing. I didn't say
Sitcom
that.
editing.
Nothing's as good as the story that Zoom brought us
The story of Ricky.
in the reviews.
Oh,
a young man who,
Roy.
who had AIDS.
No, he loved sci-fi as much,
Much as he loved crack.
This
was
is a
a
real
really-
IMDb review for Zoom.
So this guy bangs on this a couple of times. It doesn't work. That he's like, he finally gets it, and all of these people are like, oh yeah, fucking finally. Hey, you know what I love about my Christmas movie? Cancer. Because cancer's in this.
Yeah.
It comes out of nowhere, like in the room.
Well, cancer is typically associated to June and July.
So you know what they say? Christmas in July.
This is more the Sagittarius era.
Christmas in July is a thing.
Christmas
Yeah,
and...
but this is Sagittarius.
Yeah,
not
but
Cancer time.
yeah, but this could be cancer time. You don't know.
Cancer is late June, early July.
Yeah, but this movie's timeline hasn't been accurate thus far.
Oliver's an Aries
How did you know that?
because I know you.
He's like,
Really,
I know when your birthday is. I can do the maths.
really unsettled.
What am I, Bartek?
You are early September, right?
Yeah.
That's Virgo, I think.
Virgo, yeah.
Ooh.
I'm the naked lady.
What am I?
When's your birthday?
May 30th.
Oh,
It's before Cancer.
You Taurus?
No.
Pisces.
No, it's between Taurus and Cancer.
Gemini?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Wait, let me have another guess.
Okay. This is the final answer. Are you finally going to get it right and Oliver's not going to get another chance to guess?
No, he's lost his lifeline on this one. So give me all the information.
It is between Taurus and Cancer. My birthday is May 30th.
Okay. What year?
Every year. Every year after 1993.
Might make a difference. No, the year you were born.
1993.
Year of the rooster.
Yes.
Nailed it. Nailed that.
What year was 1992, Oliver?
1992 is Year of the Monkey.
Yeah, monkey.
Oh, you're like my mama.
Yeah.
Olive's old.
Shut up.
So old.
Can you do a monkey?
Oh, he
impression?
smacked his head real good.
He did.
Did you know Gary Busey, his father, smacked his head real bad in a motorcycle crash and has had permanent brain damage ever since?
I mean, yeah.
His
Why did you do
his first film from coming back was Predator 2.
Really?
And he's really good in Predator 2. I mean it, he's really good in Predator 2. I like Predator 2.
Do you think they should have given an acting credit to his motorcycle accident?
They gave him an acting credit to his missing part of his brain that he has. That's true.
How do you give a credit to something that isn't there? The lack.
Because it made his acting better, you idiot. That taught you.
Unnecessarily mean.
That's what happens when you have the missing part of your brain.
You know,
You
guys.
become less empathetic.
Guys,
Hence, I'm a great actor.
guys,
Fuck.
it's almost Christmas. Do you really think that you should be saying all these things that'll put you on the naughty list so late in the game?
No, Santa's a good boy to me. He says, Ryan, it's okay. You guessed Year of the Rooster as his star sign.
What's Stewie from Malcolm in the Middle doing? Like now, like nowadays.
What's Stewie from Family Guy doing?
I don't know what he's probably still an actor. He's probably doing porn though.
I'm holding in...
Dude, he's a baby.
I'm holding in the reply that I want to give
What is it?
about what Dewey's doing.
What is it?
Your mum. I told you.
Is everyone doing my mum now?
Everyone's doing everyone's mum.
That's
Steve Tyler's all our dad, according to our continuity, so...
oh, fair enough.
Continuity.
I'll take it.
Joke in one episode.
That I keep bringing back in
Yeah.
every episode we mentioned dad, so it's a continuity, yeah. Nailed it, Bartek.
Nailed it
it.
like...
Jesus.
There we go. I know you already said it once.
You know that has two meanings, though, don't you?
Yeah. Had sex with Jesus. It's so dirty, right?
No, well, three if you want to go there. Nailed it like Jesus, so nailing as a carpenter, nailed as in he got nailed on the cross, and nailed as in Mary Magdalene, if you believe in her.
So
What's another running joke
Guys,
I just finished?
back to the movie actually really quickly for a second.
Yeah, if you want.
She talked to him. Blair talked to her dad,
Luther.
Luthor.
Lex Luthor, yeah.
Yes. About Enrique. Is she wanting to marry him?
Yeah,
Well, they're already engaged.
They're already engaged.
they're engaged, yeah.
Then why does she keep introducing him as her boyfriend and not her fiance?
Because no one knows this guy, so it's easier to go, hey, this is my boyfriend, and they're like, okay, instead of, this is my mystery fiance that most of you have already met, apparently, at this point, but he's he's acting like he's never met them before. Like, they've met him, several times. He's like, Ricky! See? His name is Ricky, according to Tim Allen, so
Yeah,
it
that's
all
what
lines
they
up.
said earlier. It's like, oh yeah, we call him Ricky.
I just think to everyone else, they're just weaving a web of lies by introducing him as boyfriend and not
Well,
fiance.
I need to bring this up. My mum would kill me if I didn't bring it up. I linked her the JonTron review because she loves this movie. And she said, man, he missed one thing that everyone misses about this film. One thing to criticize. Son, if you ever have to review this film in an audio-related commentary, remember to bring this up. Which is, this community cares way more about the fact that one man doesn't want to celebrate Christmas than banding together to help a woman who is a strong part of the community who is dying from cancer.
That's actually a good point.
They do nothing to help her at all in this film.
Right.
Luther and Jamie Lee are the only ones who actually care in their neighborhood.
So that's what your mum told you to bring up.
Yep, she's like, that's the one thing she hates in this
Well, then
movie.
you should bring it up now.
Okay, so no one in the community other than our main characters, in terms of Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis, care about Bev, who's dying of cancer.
I did notice that.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's actually a good criticism. Like, for this community to be so hostile and band together over something that is very negative. They're banding together to destroy this man. That's what they're basically doing.
And
so that he
wife.
can... but mainly Tim Allen,
him,
because
yeah.
they know that she's not doing it out of malice.
Yeah, she's been flip-flopping.
Yeah, they know that they use her to get to him. That's what it is. It's kind of really disgusting. And I think, to be honest, the real weakness of this film, is it frames the community as being the good guys and Tim Allen and his views as being the bad guy. Even though that's not really true, because the film tries to have it both ways by saying they're the antagonists, the neighbors, but also they're right. But they do that because they make Tim Allen so over the top jerky about his views, even though what he's asking, and even when he has one-on-one conversations, he says in a very genuine and polite manner what he wants, and it's not unreasonable.
Yeah, good point, Roger. Mr. Ebert. It's what I read in your review, Roger Ebert.
Oh no, I got taken over by the spirit.
Wait,
of
what are you going to say next? The line about how, the priest is busy preparing for midnight mass on Christmas Eve. He can't be at this party. Is that what you're going to say next?
Well, obviously he's fucking wrong, because there's more than one priest in the town, you fuck.
Ooh. Oh, you're not Roger Ebert. I'm so sorry.
I'm Gene Siskel. I give this a thumbs up.
Gene Siskel is dead?
Not his Holy Ghost.
Well, he was dead at this point, but Roger Ebert wasn't.
Not his Holy Ghost.
That's
the Holy Ghost of Gene Siskel.
So you're in Team Ghost, are you?
Where do you lie?
I grew up on the Spirit.
Yeah, I actually did too, but
like
I flip-flop because I really genuinely, out of all the things that I have to do as a Catholic, that's the one that I've always been like, really guys, it's a bit vague. Like, each really person I asked growing up when I was Catholic had a different interpretation to it. I'm like...
Hey Ryan, what's your favourite Holy Spirit quote that he said? It said...
It or he? You gotta specify now. You're getting vague.
It's non-binary.
Okay. My favourite? Okay. Breathe. Okay. That was my favourite quote. He said breathe.
Oh, he's preparing to give a speech.
Yeah. He's preparing to talk to Jesus. Breathe. Even though you're a ghost, you don't need to breathe.
It's good advice too, though.
So Ryan, do you reckon like sometimes the Holy Trinity gets together for a party, and like, do you reckon the Holy Spirit's like the weird one?
Yeah. You know what? I've got a question too. It's about Ghostbusters. That film implies
Which one?
Both.
There are three.
Well, I haven't seen the newest one, so the original Ghostbusters implies that not only does ghosts exist, but gods exist, or at least interdimensional gods, and we never see the impact of religion when ghosts exist now. Like, that kind of disproves a lot of things, but if Jesus and his Holy Spirit came back, could the Ghostbusters bust him?
Yes.
With the proton packs?
Was
Jesus ever a ghost?
Why couldn't they?
Yeah, but if he came back from the dead, he's technically of a paranormal variety. Because really, Ghostbusters is more paranormal busters, because most of the ghosts that they fight aren't humans. Do you know what I mean by that? Like, only a few of the ghosts in the first ones are really human, like the librarian, the subway ghost.
I mean, regardless, they are still ghosts. But Jesus wouldn't be a ghost if he came back in his fully corporeal form.
But they managed to defeat Gozer, and he was not a ghost, he was a god.
I think the real question is, why wasn't Jesus in Luigi's mansion?
Oh!
That doesn't make any sense, actually. He should have been there.
Why wasn't Jesus...
Because all the ghosts...
You know why? Because Luigi's Italian, meaning he's a good Catholic boy.
He might actually be from Brooklyn.
Yeah, but he's...
Depending on... Well, actually, I think... Yeah, Brooklyn is the law, but he's got an Italian accent.
But they don't go like this.
Yeah.
My favorite Luigi thing ever is this little comic where it's like Mario and Luigi are visiting their mum, and she says like, "Oh look, it's the Mario Brothers," and Luigi's like, "Why do you always call us the Mario Brothers?" It's like, "That's okay, agreed, Mario."
That's actually a big running joke in the Mario and Luigi franchise. Everyone knows who Mario is, but everyone's always awkward about like, green Mario guy. Even Bowser.
Alright, so enough about the Mario universe. I can't wait for the sequel to the live-action Mario movie where they CGI Bob Hoskins' corpse.
Yeah, didn't that end with like a cliffhanger?
It did, yeah.
You know how they're doing sequels to movies from 25 years ago, like Blade Runner?
Yeah.
Can't wait for Super Mario Bros. 2 where John Leguizamo has nothing else better to do. Still. It's kind of interesting that John Leguizamo's career has still not gotten off the ground. I mean, heck, he was in Land of the Dead.
I was about to say, he was on the show, our show once.
And, you know, he was everyone's favourite zombie in Land of the Dead for 3 seconds. So, Ollie, Jen, Peter...
Hello.
Are you religious? Or have you grown up in a religious environment in your life?
I was exposed to religion.
That sounds sus.
I was exposed to the throbbing intricacies of religion from a young age.
The veiny.
Veiny, throbby innards.
Innards?
Of the religious community.
Of the Bible, right?
And
pages.
Christian religious?
It really changed me from the inside.
Inside?
Yeah. It was an interesting
I
experience.
don't know where he's going with this.
Well, listen then.
Just trying to fit as many innuendos as I can.
That's why I interrupted, because I knew he was just going to fit as many as he could without actually telling.
Yeah, it's not
story.
like you ever go on a tangent on this show, right?
Ryan
Let
is
him do
good
it.
boy. Stop picking on me, Bart. It's like,
I feel,
why don't you
Look,
want to work
there's a
as
thing
a
on
team?
the door.
See, I was right.
Right. Would you agree that you can grow up in a religious community, but there comes a time in every person's life when they have to really decide for themselves whether or not they actively want to continue
Yeah.
the faith or belief? Yeah.
Yep.
So, did you go through a similar experience?
No. Yes.
I mean,
yes and no. My parents aren't religious, but they are.
We know you
enough.
got the snip from a young age.
Well, yeah. I asked my parents about that, and
Oh, you actually are?
yes.
Oh, okay.
I asked my parents about that, and they said it was what was happening at the time. So it was like a thing that was like, well, it seems like you should do this kind of thing. And they actually said, like, we probably wouldn't have done it because, like, if we actually thought about it, but there was like a peer pressure thing or like a societal thing at the time where they were at. My dad is the Catholic, grew up Catholic, so when I went to school and all that, it was like, yeah, you can do mass and priest and talk to the local priest and whatever.
So it wasn't forced on you.
No, it was kind of like, yeah, you can do that, see through to your communion if you want, and, no, it wasn't really a major thing, but it was a thing that was there in my life, because my parents were like, it's there if you want, and I was like, sure, why not, it's something else to do, because, if you were an atheist, you got to sit with the normal teachers and do work, while... I got to sit with, like, the random woman, and she would talk about how cool the Pope was. And I'm like, he is pretty cool. He has a Pope mobile. That was mainly my religious stuff, was talking about how cool John Paul II was.
Yeah.
He was a cool Pope.
And he was Polish.
Problematic, as all popes are, but cool nonetheless. That was it. So, yes and no, I guess. Like, it was always kind of like, it was there for me if I wanted, but I'm not interested. My sister, on the other hand, she's very interested in it, so... Yeah, just two different flavors, I guess. Like, my parents just were like, here it is, but you don't have to do anything with it. They're not really particularly Christmassy in any religious sense, or Eastery or anything like that, so no. Bartek, what about you?
Yeah, I've been growing up kind of surrounded by all the religious stuff, very typical Polish kind of thing, and also going to Catholic high schools and primary schools. I even told you about the songs that we had to sing sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah, we would like, hey, no PE class today, let's sing religious songs.
Yeah.
About Judas and what he did.
Very interesting.
And
definitely I can see the point you're making, Oliver, with the whole deciding for yourself, because eventually, growing up, your kids... You're not going to be exposed to, like, the real dirty stuff, like the parts about, like, God being jealous of things and killing people.
You mean Old Testament?
Yeah. You're brought up saying, like, oh, he's ever-loving, he's the greatest guy ever, I drank with him, he was a great guy. And then eventually you grow up and being like, so what does that mean for all the things that I grew up knowing? Like, it's a weird thing, and, like, I haven't really decided whether I want to get out of it or stay in it. I'm just in like a on the fence kind of mode, I guess you could say.
Would you say you're practicing Catholic?
I mean, I go to like the major yearly masses, like you know, but
it's not like you do nightly prayers.
No, it's not like I do nightly prayers.
Ah, that's okay. What about you, Ollie?
No, I'm actually. I was actually raised, and I went to religious schools as a child. My parents are both staunchly agnostics or atheists for the most part. Non-practicing, generally non-believing. We didn't follow any of the typical rituals of any Christian denomination or thereof of any type. But they wanted to expose it to me from a young age, so they made sure I got exposed to as far as religion went.
No, they exposed.
No, my parents didn't expose it themselves.
But at some point they must have. When you were a kid, they had a bath with you.
You would have... I don't know. What?
When you were a baby,
they
would hop in the bathtub with you. And...
With a little Bible? Or...
No, I'm talking about the genitals.
I remember...
No. Let me finish. But they allowed me to grow up with Christian, typical Judeo-Christian variety of different. I went to a number of different schools of different denominations, and they kind of allowed me to make my own choices, and I kind of chose the same as them, just so happened, but they would have supported me had I not chosen that, which I appreciate. I think they did the right thing by allowing me to... They didn't shun religion actively, they didn't condescend, but they just said, this is our perspective, you can learn their perspective and then make a choice. I believe it was the most reasonable thing to do.
But when they didn't put the Frosty up on their roof...
How do you know that they didn't put the Frosty up on their roof?
Because Dan Aykroyd told me. He was like, they haven't got a Frosty on their roof!
My God, it's like he's right here.
I am Dan Aykroyd. You know Dan Aykroyd's crazy, yeah?
Wait, is he?
Is he just autistic?
What?
Is he autistic?
Yeah, he's autistic.
Are you serious?
Dan Aykroyd's very unhinged, but here's the thing about Dan Aykroyd. He's passionate. And you gotta love that. And he's filled to the brim, and then some with creativity. So his original script for the Blues Brothers was well over 500 pages.
Wow.
It would focus on each and every single band member. Like, it would be like a basic movie of and what happened to them and all that kind of stuff. It was like, and John Landis was like, nah, man, we got to cut this down so it's a real film. He's like that. So his original script of Ghostbusters is like one of the most infamous scripts ever, where it's like set in the future, and Ghostbusters are like a regular service, like an ambulance service and whatever, and it's very sci-fi and weird.
It's pretty cool.
It's amazing. And then he got to make his own film. He only directed one film, Nothing But Trouble, which we've covered on the show, which is just brimming with wonderful things. He genuinely believes in the paranormal. He thinks that thanks to 9/11, we'll never be able to communicate with aliens. Because if they saw 9/11, they would think that we're we're not evolved enough to interact with them. He's also the head guy for Crystal Skull Vodka, which is fun. It's good vodka, so it's one of the top-notch vodkas. So you got that. And, Dan Aykroyd's a crazy guy. He's also great in this film.
Is there anyone in Hollywood that you would say is very well-adjusted and normal?
Is Jason Bateman normal?
No. No.
Is,
I was going to say Jamie Lee, but then her dad was Tony Curtis, so no.
what about Cameron Diaz?
Yeah, no. No.
What about Lindsay Lohan?
Yeah.
And Amanda
she's
Bynes?
pretty normal.
And Britney Spears?
Is there... J.K. Simmons seems like a pretty normal guy.
What about Trey Parker?
And Matt Stone?
No. No. God, no.
What about Michael Moore?
Michael Moore? Well, definitely, man.
Oh.
I'm kidding. Marilyn Manson. He's pretty well adjusted as an
What
individual.
about
Have you seen that
Tommy
picture
Chong?
of him and his dad? Like, his dad in full Marilyn Manson makeup as well.
Aww.
That's amazing.
And Marilyn's in normal people clothes?
No, they're both in full makeup, but his
course
dad's
they
in
are.
makeup just identical to his.
Alice Cooper seems like a pretty well adjusted guy now.
What about Alicia Silverstone?
Yeah, she feeds her babies like birds. She regurgitates the
Hear
food
that?
into her mouth.
She feeds
into
her
them
children normal.
like birds.
Does she know that she's human? Does she know?
Yeah, but she thinks that the animals have the right way to go.
What about Will Smith and his son?
Oh,
Which one?
Jaden.
The Jaden.
My favorite thing is
What
Will
about Shia
Smith and Jada Pinkett,
What?
who dated his wife,
Oh,
He's away.
who is an actress, and she also dated Tupac.
really?
I didn't
And
know
then
that.
Tupac died,
Yeah.
and then she dated Will Smith. She has a thing for rappers, is what I'm saying.
Right.
No, seriously, that's really it. Like,
Fair
she has a
enough.
thing for rappers.
Hey, fair enough.
Will Smith hates Tupac.
Really?
He thought he was an abusive jerk.
Wow.
So he doesn't like the fact that it's
Will
ever
Smith
brought
doesn't
up.
hate.
Clearly someone hasn't seen Bad Boys.
Fair enough to hate your wife's ex, though.
But what I was going to say is Jada and Will Smith both named their kids after themselves. Willow Smith
Oh yeah.
and Jaden
Jaden
Smith.
Smith.
But then they have another kid with a normal name
Yeah.
like Frank.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't the other-
They ran out of
Wasn't
names.
the other kid's name like Prince or something?
No, I think you're thinking of Prince.
No, not Prince Nelson.
The
No,
artist
like,
formerly known as Prince.
He's dead now.
well, he's formerly known as Prince.
You know why he was called that, don't you?
Because he was a symbol.
Trademark.
Yeah, because he named himself a symbol, so no one could pronounce it because it's a fucking symbol.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, Prince was crazy too. You know, no one's well adjusted except for me. I'm pretty well adjusted. I mean,
That is the joke of the show.
you're the joke of the show because I'm right. The
Next
end.
you're
Oh.
gonna, Ryan, next you're gonna tell
Hey
me.
Ryan, remember that time?
Next you're gonna tell me that Frosty's gonna wave at me and a Volkswagen's gonna be a slave.
No, I'm going to tell you an animated Frosty's going to wave at you and an animated
Is
Volkswagen's
he
going to
voiced by
fly.
Is he voiced by Patrick Starr?
Yes,
Oh, Adam
Oh.
there he goes, waving, and then he goes back to normal. Why?
And this is a reference to Harry Potter and the Chamber.
Whoa, are those the Twin Towers? Nah, no, they're just buildings.
Santa Claus.
No, Santa Claus.
No, Santa.
Santa-
Santa rides in a sleigh. Does that look like a sleigh to you?
That's Krampus.
It's Ron Weasley, dude.
Huh?
It's Ron Weasley.
Oh, I didn't not say that Krampus wasn't Ron Weasley.
Oh, look, memories.
Have you seen the film Krampus?
I've seen Chamber of Secrets.
It's not really scary.
It's a horror comedy. It's pretty good. Good sound design. So this film was great.
Was it?
If I had to give it a rating now, great. Bartek? I like how it's, you know why I'm going simple? It's Christmas. Simplicity's key. Great. And if you have to rate it,
Out of it.
all of them. If you had to give a review and a rating, what would you do now?
I would give it a rating of 3
Ninjas.
hickory honey hams.
Out of?
Never say that
Wouldn't you
word
like to know?
again.
Out of what?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Okay. And your review?
My review can best be summed up in a 25.5-minute long loop.
This is the
Of
best
Tim
way
Allen's
to sum
grunt.
up, Ryan.
Of
From
Tim
Hoven.
Allen's Grunt.
Just, okay, so get the Tim Allen grunt, loop it for 25.5 minutes, and then you get the idea of what my review of this movie is.
Bartek pointed the screen at a really long name.
Yeah, I know.
What was the name, Bartek?
Long.
It wasn't the name long, but good job. That's it. Bartek.
Alright, real reviews.
Oh, I actually want those to be the actual reviews.
No, we are not half-assing it. It's Christmas.
I'm full-arsing it. That was comedic genius of Tim and Eric level.
We don't eat ass on this show.
What?
Ryan.
Don't you like Tim and Eric?
I'm very
Tim
mixed feelings about
Heidecker
that.
and Eric Warren?
Are you using it because you're a racist? Because they're Jews?
Yes.
Guess what? That's not a race, you fuck. That's a religion.
You know what, guys? This was a great film.
I agree.
I think that this film is one that can be considered multifaceted and could be interpreted in multiple ways. And I think that you know, usually we talk about like the thing that makes films not popular, what drags them back from being appreciated. I first want to say a problem with the reviews of this film in general, including yours, Mr. Ebert. Rest in peace, but listen. You do not acknowledge that this film can be interpreted in many ways. You can interpret it as, yes, you're meant to be on the neighbours' side and Tim Allen and Luther and Nora are being, you know, the naughties. You can interpret it vice versa of they're being the good and the neighbours are being the naughties. Or you could interpret it as this film is a work of fiction that is trying to tell you to think harder about what it means to be a Christmas film. Much like how we brought up just a few minutes ago about how even if you're growing up religious, eventually you're going to have to start thinking extra hard about whether you want to remain religious. This film questions what it truly means to celebrate Christmas, but with a comedic twist. I mean, let's be honest. were we, the three of us, on Tim Allen's side in this when watching this film?
Yeah, man.
And even if you weren't, could you see his point?
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
Man, dude,
So
guy.
is that a yes?
My friend.
That's a firm yes.
Absolutely.
As firm as my stool.
That's pretty sloppy, actually.
Published by Pussy Galore Publishing is something I just want to point out.
very nice.
So we can understand his point. You know, his daughter's not around. His wife's saying it's not going to feel like Christmas. So hey, let's make it really not Christmas. Let's do something different. It'll be all good. If it was just that, I think it would have been, hunky-dory. I don't think there'd be any problems. No. But he went that extra step to make it the 0% Christmas. And that involved looking at everything that Christmas entails. Like donations to things, decorations for things. Like, honestly, realistically thinking about this, if he gave Frosty to the people, to his neighbours, if he made a donation to, whatever, to the police, if he just did all that, but then still went on the cruise, would that really ruin the cruise for him?
Yeah, man.
Well, that's your interpretation, Ryan. And as I said, this film has many different interpretations. But I truly believe that once you're on the cruise, you're in your, your bikini or your Speedo.
See, I don't speak Polish, so I don't know what he said.
I said bikini and Speedo.
Oh, that's English now. I
Yes.
understood that.
Once,
Did you, Oliver?
Once you're there, you can relax. It's all good.
I agree.
And even Tim Allen was suggesting it when his wife was calling him out on it. Why don't we just leave tomorrow morning? We can still go. We can still do what we want, even though we've put all this effort into making Christmas, for lack of a better term. I think that this is a film that's very intelligent, but it doesn't spoon feed you.
Nah, I don't like spoons.
Yeah, I'm more of a fork guy myself.
I like spork.
I like spoons.
Look, I'm not sure about sporks either. But
Great
forks,
reference.
Forks I definitely like. And that is my truly honest review of the film, beyond just making coughing and sneezing noises like a child.
Rating?
And if I have to give it a rating without coughing or sneezing, I would have to say that this film was...
No, you idiot.
sorry.
You should have done sneezing and coughing. It would have been the reverse. He said coughing and sneezing. You should have sneezed and then coughed. Then that would have been his rating. And that would have been perfect.
I can't actually control my bodily functions right
I
now.
give this film a nice, big $75 Christmas tree with all my favourite colours on it.
That was good. That was good, man.
Out of the exact same thing, so it's 100%.
That's 100%.
Yeah.
If I have to give a review, I'm going to review my previous review. Earlier I said great film, and that was pretty good.
What was your rating again?
It could have been anything. It's really what you want to get away from my...
I think you just said it was great.
Yeah.
Actually.
It's whatever you would... That's your interpretation, Bartek.
Oh,
you can't...
So, you can't say that.
That's
You can't say that.
That's my interpretation, so I feel like I can.
That's fair enough.
My interpretation of the film was... It sounded like I said it was pretty great. And I think I'm sticking by that. If this is a film that you don't think's great, then you're wrong, and that's okay. But in the end,
that's your
we look down upon people who are wrong in history. Like my religious friend Cassie. Whoops, dropped a name. Like
Mark
I care.
dropped it ages ago.
Thought Judas was a bad guy. People just. That's going to be you. You're going to be her interpretation of Judas. Do you want that?
When you need to run away from tanks, you'll need Judas. You do.
Great reference. So if I have to give this another rating, I'm going to interpret what my rating was before. It sounded like I said it is a good, great film. If I have to give this a rating, I would say a good or greater film out of good, great film.
Oh, that's a high rating.
Oliver,
that's over 100%.
Oliver, do you want to go again
I would
on the
love
merry-go-round?
to review my review.
Oh, he's stealing.
Upon further
He's
review.
stealing my gag.
You should review my review. It was his review. Review
Stop!
someone else's review. Review
Stop!
Roger Ebert's review.
Stop! Joke! Joke police, don't
Now-
steal Ryan's gas.
On further review, what is Christmas really about?
Jesus, dude.
Capitalism.
Remember Jesus, dude? It's about Jesus. He was born in the manger.
Christmas is about forgiveness.
Oh.
It's about love.
Baby Jesus was just...
It's about acknowledging that people can make mistakes, but we shouldn't hold it over their head.
You saying Jesus was a mistake?
That sounds more like Easter, but
And we really, we really shouldn't really jump down people's throats when they get something totally and completely incorrect. And if I was to just use an example of something that's totally and completely incorrect, I really don't have to go too far. I can look right
in the
right
mirror.
next to me.
In the mirror.
Oh no! I
have
can
a
look right next to me, to my to the host of this podcast, Mr. Ryan Jewface.
Jewface.
Yes.
Wow, he's already got the facts wrong, so my bet's right thus far.
Dude, circumcision's not of the face.
It's so upon further review and upon further appreciation of the spirit of Christmas, I give this one thrown out wreath out of one thrown out wreath.
That's pretty even, Stephen.
I have a question about your review.
Mm.
When you said jumping down throats, were you talking about vor?
Absolutely.
Ah, okay.
I mean, was that not obvious?
Well, I mean, I'm slow.
Bartek,
Yeah?
YouTube.
What about it? Oh, it's a website. It
Use
used
the
to have
website
had a
that...
tagline called "Broadcast Yourself."
What?
That was its original
Wait,
tagline.
say that again?
YouTube, it had a tagline. It was "Broadcast Yourself."
Okay, yeah. You're saying broadcast yourself, right?
Yeah.
But it sounds like you're saying, like, broadcast yourself. And I'm like, I don't know what that is.
What's the difference?
Well, one's got an O in there and an A.
Yeah.
And the other one doesn't have the A.
Are you really going to
Broad.
nitpick that far?
You do it to me every single chance you get. So,
Boys,
yes.
Really, Ryan?
should we move on to the reviews?
You know, from IMDb and YouTube.
Ah, yes, my IMDb reviews that I haven't been bringing in because I don't want to anymore. No, here from IMDb, 17thly, my favourite thing about Christmas with the Kranks is Oliver loves it.
Yay!
Hashtag 18thly.
18thly.
Oliver loves it.
I love
19thly, Peter loves it too, but he
love it
doubted
too.
it, but that was actually Thomas, which brings me to 20thly.
Right?
Thomas was
Could
great.
You do me a favor for the rest of this episode.
Can I lend you it? Yeah.
For the rest of this episode, never mention IMDb again.
Okay.
You can do that for me. Let's just stick to the YouTube comments.
Okay.
All right. You're not gonna cry?
I can repress. I was raised slightly Catholic. That is one of our major attributes. That and overwhelming guilt.
Yeah, because you know Jesus, he probably cried at some point, but you know they don't mention that in the Bible.
You know, that is a real
It's a
Catholic
conspiracy.
thing, isn't it? Just guilt.
You don't
Jesus
say.
died, you
You don't
fuck.
Speaking of naughty words, let's go to the YouTube comments. Clap, clap, clap. The first comment is most underrated Christmas movie of all time.
It really is.
The second comment is I enjoyed watching this one-star movie starring Jamie Lee Curtis and the guy from Home Improvement.
Oh, he doesn't get a name.
He's run for the shaggy dog, you idiot.
What I loved most was the moral of the story. It is unacceptable to harass your neighbours if they do not conform and comply with your own religious and cultural customs.
That was it.
Yep.
Nailed it.
Nail on the head.
As Kevin, I'm gay, Spacey said in 9 Lives. Nailed it.
Oh man, he said that.
This will go down in my memory as the first movie I saw at the cinema.
Oliver.
Where I was like, that kinda sucked.
Oliver. How can you say that?
I did.
In all fairness, I said that about Rocky and Bullwinkle, And I learned a lesson.
Was
Oh,
that
yeah,
the
you
first
did.
movie you ever saw in the cinema?
No, one of the first movies. No, they were saying this is the first movie I saw in the cinema that I realized that kind of sucked.
Yeah.
That was me for Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yeah.
But then I realized I was the fool. And now they're going to realize it too when I say it on the podcast. You were the fool, you fucking idiot.
This next comment is noticing some culture that was in the film.
I love culture.
And it's specifically referring to some Japanese culture that they noticed was in the film.
I love cultural associations.
Japanese.
They're my favorite associations. Ollie hates them, but I love them.
Yeah.
This is probably the first American film with a Ganguro / Mamba character. And then brackets they say...
What the fuck?
In the brackets they say, remember the girl from the tanning salon that looked like she spent her days off there? Oh yeah.
What?
So Ganguro is a Japanese subculture where they get really tanned and they wear like really baggy clothes and they're saying that that's what they
Did
saw.
you have to Google this, or did you know this?
I knew this.
Now, Bartek, there are some times in which there are things that you know and things that I don't know. And I worry that sometimes am I the ignorant one.
Well, that's why
But
I
then,
explained
hold
what
on,
it was.
hold on. But then there are things that you don't know that I know, and I say, no, Bartek's the ignorant one. But you know what? With that, I've learnt we're all ignorant.
I'm not ignorant.
Ryan,
Bartek, next comment.
Ryan, no, seriously, Ryan. This entire podcast, all 90-something episodes we've done, it was all leading to you realizing that.
And that's the end of the
It's the end-
episode.
it's the- no, it's
and
the end,
the
of,
show.
end of the podcast, yeah.
Aww.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I love that.
Thanks, everyone. See ya.
Thank Christ.
Bye. We solved the case. That's like the third episode. Bartek's done that gag where he opens my door
It's
because
an
he's
easy
near
gag.
the door.
It's easy.
Bartek just loves knobs. Go on.
Anyway,
Don't we all?
I was lying about that thing I said before. Let's continue the comments.
Oh.
This one has a response.
Oh.
Do either of you want to read the response?
Sure.
Oh, yeah. Give it to Ollie Jolly.
My name's Jennifer, you fuck.
Wow. Give it to Peter.
My
I don't
name's-
like Jennifer's attitude.
The initial comment is, imagine being Jewish and living in this town. And I've highlighted the response for
They
you,
do.
Oliver.
They do bring that up.
The response is, who gives a fuck about those parasites?
Wow, Oliver.
Oliver, why'd you say that? I
They're not-
can't believe it.
They're not parasites.
It's disgusting that you would say
Bloodsuckers,
that,
sure, but parasites?
The next comment is, I like this movie, but this is the whitest movie I've probably ever seen, lol.
You fucking idiot. There's a
People-
fucking black guy in there.
People
A black
are
woman as well.
people are nosy about others' business. They get butthurt for little things like not having Christmas. First world problems.
Wow. Sounds like they're having a first world problem about this film.
And there is
Hypocrite.
a response. There is a response to this
Oh,
comment.
can I read it?
Yeah, I actually wanted you to read it. That's why
Okay.
I highlighted it.
The response is...
Better than shooting each other? Better than shooting each other and then shooting heroin up our arms like blacks.
Ryan, why did you say a bad
Ryan.
thing now?
Because it's true.
That...
I can't believe that I'm the
End
only
statement.
one who hasn't said an offensive thing. You guys are disgusting.
Horrific.
I'm gonna read the next comments.
Please.
What if their neighbors were Jewish? This film makes no sense. If you don't want to celebrate Christmas, it's not a big deal, Lamau.
Lamau. He said Lamau. He must be serious.
And the response to this comment is, who cares if they were Jewish? Enjoy your own holidays and shut up, retard.
Bartek, how could you have been so polite?
No, it's like I've purposely arranged these comments so that we all said an offensive thing in a row.
You are a monster.
Very nice.
You know who's the real monster of spit and polish? You, the audience.
Hey Ryan,
I don't need to go into further
Wait, hold on,
explanation.
Ryan.
You know what you did,
Ryan.
Jan.
Hold on, Ryan. What do you think about haters?
I hate haters.
Well, do you know what the next comment is in all caps and ends with an exclamation mark?
What is it?
Just one?
Yes.
Exclamation- Oh, okay. So it mustn't be that angry.
Fuck the hater! This movie is one of the best Christmas movie ever made! Fucking funny as hell!
Just the hater. Only one.
Yep.
Was there only one dislike on that? Whatever you got
I
this from?
should go back and check.
The one hater. Fuck you. I hate hate.
You know, guys, Everyone is blowing the wet. Sorry, I made a mistake in this comment.
Oh, okay. Everyone's blowing
Sorry.
the wet.
Everyone.
That's a good start.
Okay.
To...
I'll start again.
It's about Oliver's mum.
Hey.
Okay. Everyone is blowing this way too wise out of proportion. I mean, it's a freaking holiday Christmas movie. Why does everyone have to go into the deep themes it sends to children and how ugly Christmas is? Honestly, if you're so angry, keep it to yourself and don't bring happy people down. I came here to watch a trailer for a very funny, light-hearted family movie. I didn't come here to be brought down.
That taught us.
Do not bring down happy people.
I've been owned.
You've been pooned.
Lamau.
La.
Ruffle.
Divida.
Divida.
That's the thing that my parents bought. They bought a divida.
What's a divida?
You know,
DVD.
from VHS to divida.
Hey guys, BTW, there's one comment left.
Oliver is pounding his fist on the table.
Very gently though, he's inconsiderate of the microphone.
In anger.
Yes.
Fuck you. I hate you. I'm leaving.
It's better than verse and blurry. Anyway,
And beta.
the last comment. This time of the year makes me very angry and frustrated.
Oh.
I will fucking beat the shit out of those producers who dare shit on reality. You know what reality is? Reality means divorced parents hate all over your family if you even call it a family, and that's right, pure loneliness. Last New Year, while everyone was inside/outside having fun and celebrating, I stepped outside my house and I looked at the sky, tears running from my eyes out of loneliness. That's life for you.
Holy shit.
I actually kind of forgot about this comment.
Tim?
I just read it.
Tim, I know you're upset that the film didn't go as big as you wanted, but that's okay. It's okay.
That's it for the comments.
Well,
Well,
and that's it for us.
oh really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, ho ho, who's that?
I said ho 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 actually.
Right.
It was Oliver all along.
Oh, all of us.
Did
ho,
we?
ho, ho.
It was all along Oliver. It's a family trait, being a ho.
Did you,
Ho.
I get it from
listening people,
Ho.
did you ever ask yourself who? And the answer is it was Oliver all along.
No, it was Oliver who.
Oliver who?
Yeah, not Oliver what? Oliver who?
Oliver why?
Oliver when?
Oliver where?
Oliver how?
Who's on first?
Hey, and that's the punchline.
Nice.
That was a reference. So, you guys, as always, have been fantastic, amazing, wonderful, people. See, I added a new one there, Bartek. And Merry Christmas or Hanukkah or
Xmas.
Kwanzaa?
Kwanzaa or
Chwanika?
Festivus if you're that kind of idiot. And
Non-denominational Christmas.
What about
Happy Atheism.
What about-
Hey.
What about the one that begins with R that you said earlier, Ryan?
Ramadan.
Ah, it's not a
I thought you
Christmas
were going to
time.
say Rwanda. Happy Rwanda.
Happy Rwanda massacre. So, what? Too soon? Too soon?
I don't know, is it?
I mean, Picasso only made a painting about it like 50 years ago, whatever. So, as always, wonderful, great. You know, you're crazy Joe, you crazy Diamond. Dare Jan, you know what I'm going to dare you to do. I'm going to dare you to support us by writing Spit and Polish Presents. Listen to all of our amazing content. Heck, we got another show, The Mystery Box, you know, and that is a show in which we just sit down, watch some unknown movies, in that one we watch some unknown movies that were Christmas related. Fun time all around, new style format, different, just general discussion stuff, no commentary. Other than that, we're out for the year. 2017's up for us. Christmas is a cranked us out. We're all cranked out. Oliver's ejaculating in the corner. Don't know why, but you know that's his kink. You know, don't shame him. You know, Oliver, great as always to have you. I can't wait to introduce you again.
Thank you, right? It's been terrible.
You loved it.
I did.
You bad boy. You loved
Our
it.
Christmas episodes are always fun.
Yeah. Bartek, pleasure. Happy Christmas. to you?
Versorgschwand.
You happy that? I don't know what Jewish holiday that is, but I'm happy he's having it, and happy to me as well. Till next year, guys. Be kind to each other.
No.
So Ryan, as you know, we end up with be kind to each other, and then I give like a cold ending to the episode.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, do you remember what the cold ending was to Pan?
Our first ever episode that you did?
Well, of this year. The cold ending that I did at the end of that episode.
No, man. Is it going to be a setup and this is the payoff?
It's related to that. But first, I just want to remind everyone of just a few of the examples of films we've done this year.
Oh, he wrote a list.
Some of the films that we've done this year were Pan, The Three Musketeers, Oscar, Zoom, Centurions 2, The Legend of Fritton's Gold, Agent Cody Banks 2, Destination London, Bride Wars, The Guilt Trip, Dead Rising, Over Her Dead Body, Night and Day, Bubble Boy, Bringing Down the House, Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day,
That was
Big Stan, Madeline, Cruel Intentions, Man of the House, Your Highness, The X, The Core, Pootie Tang, Confessions of a Shopaholic, Gilbert Taylor, Entrapment, The Parent Trap. Oh, 2 traps in a row.
I know, I made that on purpose.
Yeah. The Covenant, Gods of Egypt, G-Force, The A-Team, Krippendorf's Tribe, Gooby, I almost said Goofy.
You fucking idiot.
Land of the Dead, Sleepwalkers, Cutting Class, Unforgettable, When the Bow Breaks, Observe and Report, Dudley Do-Right, Bedtime Stories, They Call Me Bruce, The Switch, and Christmas with the Cranks. That's just some of the films we've done
Just
this
some.
year. Just some.
Some.
You could say all, but...
I'm looking forward to hearing the whole list.
Yeah.
Now, Ryan, the cold ending that I did to Pan...
Give it to me.
I asked you, and Kate was there too. I asked you, which month did you think was going to have our best episode of the year?
What did I say?
And you said April, and I said May.
Okay.
So in April, we had only 3 episodes.
So I was damn good.
We had Night and Day, Bubble Boy, and Bringing Down the House.
I was right on all of those. Those were great episodes.
And I said May, which had Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day, Big Stan, Madeline, Cruel Intentions, and Man of the House.
That's a lot of moves.
Yeah, that one had more than 3.
Ooh. Which one was better? You decide, audience.
But did either of those months have our favourite? You reckon? Because I remember you said you were big on the X.
Yeah,
that was a June episode.
That was a June. So, no.
Yeah. To be honest, I was thinking about it last night.
Year.
I didn't know which one I liked, but I was actually looking at April, the month you said. Bubble Boy.
I remember
Bubble Boy.
Sorry, Oliver, none of them were your episode because you suck.
Well, hold on, let's give Oliver a chance. Oliver, you have, let's see, you were on for
3 weeks.
You were in February, so Centurions 2, Agent Cody Banks, which was your episode, and Agent Cody Banks 2.
Yeah.
You were also in June, which had the X, with the Core, and you were in December with some film called Christmas with the Cranks.
Yeah, I haven't heard of it.
Oh, I know. That's the best one because you're listening to it now.
Hey!
Oh!
You should give it a thumbs up.
Please.
Awkward ending.
Well, that's how 2017's been for me.
It's pretty damn awkward.
Awkward.
But you're not Oliver, you're Ryan. Ryan. There weren't that many celebrities dying this year like last year.
No, but there are more that are dead to me now.
Yeah. That is actually
so
a very
2016. That quote that I read somewhere. 2016 is where all the people
celebrities
you love dies, and this year is the one where all the celebrities you love are dead to you.
Yeah. Look, we had a Kevin Spacey movie, 9 Lives, and that was a mystery film as how did they get him in this film? What information did they have on him?
Who did they molest to?
We now know the answer. 2017's been a fun time. As Trump would say, make America great again.
You know, I also like Oscars.
Let us know. Let me die. Till next year, I'm gonna be dead.